Hey man, it's Kevin Smith.
Hey, this is Jay Music.
Hey, I'm Scott Snyder.
I'm Cena Grace.
And you're listening
to the Absolute Geek.
The Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek Podcast.
Check it out, Snoogans.
Friday night in Phoenix. Woo! You're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast.
Breaker Geekers, welcome to the Absolute Geek Podcast, where this week we ask, should we really be concerned with that kid on the damn escalator again? I'm Matt.
Hello, everybody. I'm Breaker Kyle.
And I'm Brian.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode where we're trying to be a legitimate geek podcast, you know, one
like
that doesn't talk about
supernatural.
Yeah, one that doesn't talk about dildos. We're trying to be a real pop culture podcast this week. So this week we're gonna start with a new segment on our show called Fab or Flub. And the way this works is we're gonna talk about a topic, and and then our hosts are gonna tell you whether it's fabulous or flubulous. Fabulous means they like it. Fabulous means they hate it. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
Thanks a lot, Matt. That sounds great.
So this week, the coronavirus is everywhere. Everywhere you look, we have coronavirus. So,
I'm calling that flub, Matt.
You're calling coronavirus flub?
I'm calling it flub because it's definitely not fab.
So with the spread of the coronavirus, we've seen the cancellation of not only South by Southwest, but also Emerald City Comic Con. Is this flabulous or fabulous?
I'm definitely saying it is fabulous. No flub, all flub, too much flub. I'm not good with flub, Matt. I just don't understand it.
Well, I read in an article that maybe they might just unofficially restart Emerald City Comic Con at the last minute, so everyone can still come in case they get the coronavirus quarantined. But don't worry about it. I read it in an article somewhere. I'll have to pull it up.
I read an article somewhere, and I'll pull it up. That
I'm already pulling up that article, guys.
And that it's going to be coming. They're going to come back at the end of the summer.
Oh, are they gonna announce Taron Egerton as Wolverine there? Because that's what I want to play Wolverine.
By golly gee, I hope so, Matt.
By golly gee, I hope so. Me too, guys.
Scrumdiddlyumptious he would be.
Oh, so I was out shopping today, and my wife got me this pop right here. You guys, check out my sweet new pop that I just got out of my collection. Right, it's the thing right here. I put.
That's great, my hetero life mate, Matt.
I know. I'm glad you think so, my hetero life mate, Kyle. So Kyle, South by Southwest and Emerald City Comic Con being canceled. Fabulous or flubulous?
It is flubulous. I don't think they should cancel any of that because of the coronavirus. Golly gee, man, why would they do that?
What do you think, Brian? I think that it's a little bit overreacting, but I can see with Seattle being the ground zero of the outbreak in the U.S.
I would like to hear that article, Matt, that you found that where you read that. Can you bring that article up for me, please?
I can't find it right now. We'll have to get back to it.
Golly gee, Matt.
Let me Google search it real quick.
Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate that courtesy that you have extended to do that.
You're welcome. Let me pull it up here.
What do you think, Brian, about Emerald City getting canceled because of the coronavirus?
I think it's just they're just doing it because they fucked up the Venom variants.
Oh, I got another pop, guys. Another pop came in. Check out this awesome new pop.
Well, too bad it's not a supernatural pop, Matt.
My wife just brought another one for me, so I got another pop in my collection.
You think they canceled the whole thing, Brian, because they messed up a comic book?
I think it's Fab or Flub.
Well, it's one or the other.
It can't be
It
both.
can't be both.
Woof.
Woof.
So it says Emerald City Comic Con will be indefinitely postponed until later this summer. And they remain
Looks like I read the right article, Matt.
And they remain determined and committed to running Emerald City Comic Con in 2020 in Seattle. So they're assuming you're going to come back to Seattle.
They are canceling it though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's postponed. Yes, to later this
There are-
summer.
I read an article that they're already giving back people's money, but it might take about 60 days.
Isn't it always funny how whenever you pay for something, they're quick to take your money, but when you want a refund, they're slow as shit to give it back to you?
That's pretty funny, my hetero life mate, Matt.
I'm glad you got my joke, my hetero life mate, Kyle. All right, well, moving on.
I apologize to everybody out there in listening land that I coughed.
Kind of sticking with the topic of the coronavirus here. Fabulous or Fabulous, the new James Bond movie, No Time to Die, has been pushed from March to November due to the coronavirus because China is one of the biggest markets for James Bond. So they pushed it to the end of the year to hopefully get sales. Do you think that's fabulous or flubulous?
You know, I think it's flubulous because now we have to wait to go to the movies so that we can review it.
I know how excited you are to go to the movies and eat that popcorn.
I love sitting next to my hetero life mate Matt so that we can watch movies together and then we could go review them.
Yes. Yes, we review them every Friday night, 7:30, right here on YouTube. We're going to review some movies.
Movies.
It's feeling less and less hetero.
I mean, the coronavirus wins if we all keep doing what we're doing now. We can't let it win.
What do you think, Brian? Do you think it's fabulous or flubulous? Whoa.
To everybody out there who can't see, Brian is just shrugging his shoulders. He's not sure what to even say.
We're having all kinds of technical difficulties here now.
Is he frozen? Nope, he's not.
There we go. Now he's back. Now I got him back. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties on the crunchers.
What's going on?
I must have muted myself.
No, I hit something and it like made my screen massive and I couldn't.
Now my screen is massive. We shouldn't talk like this on our family-friendly podcast.
Oh, I know.
You can't say massive?
No, you don't know who's listening. There might be
my scout troop might be listening.
Oh yeah, I don't have enough whiskey for tonight.
You shouldn't be drinking on this show.
I mean, it's just soda pop.
Terrible.
So, what do you really think about this? I mean, just from so CGC was the first to actually pull out of Emerald City. NDC, they did it together. I mean, what is that showing everybody, though, really?
Well, how big is the problem up there? Is there a big issue up there in Seattle right now? I don't have the news. I specifically don't watch the news because I think it's all fear porn. So what's going on up there in Seattle?
Well, Match has a good article that will be able to fill you in.
Basically, the Seattle and Washington State is like ground zero for it in the U.S. It's spreading like crazy out there, and that's where most of the cases of coronavirus are popping up is there. We have 2 confirmed here in Maricopa County with a 3rd one waiting to be confirmed. from someone who works in like the medical field has got it. And then there's a cruise ship sitting off the coast of, I believe it's the same cruise ship that was sitting off the coast of Japan is now sitting off the coast of San Francisco.
Really?
And the people that were on there are sick again, and they're waiting. They haven't offloaded them yet because they're quarantining them.
Oh, I feel so. You know how shitty that would be.
It would be super shitty.
Super fabulous.
I mean, it would be a down in the dumps.
It would be a downright pooper. A pooper. So your flub on them moving the James Bond movie?
Yes, I am totally flub on them moving the James Bond movie.
What about you, Brian? Do you think that's fabulous or flubulous?
I'm flubulous.
Brian's fabulous. I'm fabulous. I think it's okay because I think the James Bond movie will do better in November, where movies strategically normally do better than at the beginning of the year. So I think it's going to be good for this movie. It'll be.
That's a great point you just made, Matt.
Oh, it'll be a great time. Great time. I'm glad you liked my point.
I have to kind of change my opinion a little bit. Hetero life mate Matt, I'm going to start agreeing with you.
Oh, that works. So, fabulous or flubulous, we got our first look at the new Batmobile here. So were you guys able to see the pictures of the new Batmobile? Let me go ahead and pull the image up. Let me get it up.
I appreciate you doing that, Matt.
Let's go ahead and share the screen. So here's the images of the new Batmobile here. There's the back of it with Robert Pattinson's Batman standing in front of it.
That's badass looking.
Too fast, too furious.
I like how it's all open on the back.
There's the side of it.
That looks terrible. What the fuck?
And that fast.
That's terrible. Holy shit.
Enlarge my screen here.
Look how bad that is.
And there's the front of it. It does. It looks like Dom's car from Fast and the Furious 1 that he builds at the end.
That looks more like a Dodge.
That's crazy.
It does. It looks more like a Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
Than a Chevy.
That's a bunch of shit. Why would they do that?
Man with coronavirus in search of woman with Lyme disease.
Is Matt Reeves working on that? Oh, Matt Reeves is the director.
He's directing it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't understand the point that they're going with this flub type of Fast and Furious car that they got.
The Dark and the Furious.
So you're flub on it then, Kyle.
The Dark and the Furious. I am total flub on it. Unless you think differently, then I'm going to change my mind.
Brian, are you fab or flub?
I think I'm flub.
With Batman's rich, man. He can have a dope ass car.
Yeah, that's shitty.
But wouldn't this kind of be like, you don't think it looks good for his beginning stages of like early in his career? Hasn't really worked out all the tech stuff yet, or hasn't had time to like really put all that time into the Batmobile, and
then he shouldn't have it.
He should just ride around on a bicycle, ching 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 ching, little bat bike.
As long as it looks cool. As long as it's got a bat bell.
Yeah, I don't
bat streamers.
I don't think I particularly care for it either. I think I'm flub on this one too. Definitely gonna say flub. All kinds of flub.
I guess he doesn't need a trunk.
Guess not. You just took it out to put a massive.
It's in the front, like
engine
an old Volkswagen.
There you go. He just took out his massive engine.
God, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's bunk, man. It really is. It is. That is flub times 100.
So still staying on the coronavirus topic, fab your flub. Marvel will not move the Black Widow release date, Disney insists, due to coronavirus. Do you think that's fabulous or flubulous?
Why would they remove it? What's the point of moving the release date?
Because they think people are going to be afraid to go to the theaters and sit with a bunch of cesspool mouth breathers and get coronavirus.
What are the side effects of coronavirus?
It's just like a more
It's like a-
hardcore flu. It really only affects people who have a underlying medical illness or the elderly.
So pretty much like the flu.
Yeah. So it is the flu.
But the problem with it is that there's no vaccine against it, so you can't vaccinate yourself against it.
Oh,
And
bummer. We have to have immunities to it. We got to make our own antibodies to
there's
it.
no,
Crazy.
and it can live. It can actually live. I've read in an article it can live for up to 2 hours on any surface, and that so you can get it more than once also, because it's not like the flu where your body builds up.
Oh, you get the
defense
flu
against it.
way more than once.
Well, yeah, because there's different strands of the flu, but and it spreads quicker. I guess it's more potent in the air. So that's the scare about coronavirus. But so
It's
fabulous,
not because of the beer.
so fabulous or fabulous that they're not gonna move.
I think that's fab.
Fub.
Good for Marvel.
Flub?
Don't move it.
Flub, Brian?
Yeah.
Why do you
yeah.
think that's flub?
You think they
Brian?
should move it?
Sorry, what is fabulous and flubulous again?
So whether you agree or disagree with it. So if you agree with it, it's fabulous. If you disagree with it, it's flubulous.
Oh, I agree that it's fabulous.
So it's fabulous.
So fabulous. Oh,
There you go. All right, so we're all pretty much in agreement there.
that's great because we're friends.
Yeah.
Friends agree.
Our next fab or flub will be Disney Plus orders Beauty and the Beast series, starring Josh Gad. Is that fabulous or flubulous?
Who's Josh Fad?
Gad. He's from that show you watch, Avenue 5. He's the Judd dude, the blonde-haired guy.
Oh, he's funny. That dude's funny.
Basically, do you want a Beauty
Gonna
and the
be the
Beast live action TV show with part of the same cast that was in the movie,
Sure.
the live action movie?
Why not? Is he going to be Beast
No,
or is he going to be a teacup?
he's Gaston's gay sidekick.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, he's Gaston's gay sidekick. Gaston, the like bad guy prince that fights the Beast at the end. He had a little sidekick, and that's who Josh Gad's character is.
I don't remember a sidekick. I'm flubbing the sidekick.
You're flubbing the sidekick? I think I'm flubbing it too.
Isn't he supposed to be Penguin or something?
No.
No.
Penguin is Colin Farrell.
Wasn't he supposed to be somebody?
They people wanted him to be.
That dude's funny. I mean, I know who you're talking about. He's the dumb guy that that's like
Yeah, he's
follows
like the
him.
rich. He's like the rich guy that owns the ship.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. I got it now. I mean, I don't see any problem with it. I mean, I really don't give a shit. I mean, I'm not going to watch it.
Hey! This is a family-friendly show. We got kids
I'm
watching
sorry.
us.
I don't give a crap.
We
A
might
poo.
have kids.
I don't
watching.
give a poo if they do that.
I'm just checking out his wife.
Whose wife?
I get Josh Gad's wife.
Bring it up. Let's see it.
Yeah, as one of our listeners says, short little fat guy that stroked Gaston's ego. That's him.
Yep, I know who it is now.
By the way, did you guys check out my Pops collection here? Like, I've been working real hard on it. I'm pretty proud of my Pops collection.
It looks good.
I want to give you one more real quick look of the Rush from Mega Man that my wife just walked in and handed me.
Wow.
It's pretty awesome.
How many more supernatural pops do you need until you've got a complete collection?
Oh, I just need the glow in the dark zombie ones of Hank and Dean, and we're good. I've got them all.
Hank and Dean?
I read that in an article one time that their name was Hank and Dean.
I'll have to pull it up later.
Yeah, I'll have to pull that article up later.
Hank and Dean.
I believe it was on I can't remember the source.
I'm sure
we
they'll
got
come to
this
you
covered
later.
or something. You don't trust them. You don't trust we got this covered.
Oh my god. You're
But-
so funny, Matt.
Flab or flub, Brian?
I don't remember anymore.
Brian's flub. We're just gonna go
Yeah.
with flub. Brian's just gonna go flub. Our next topic, Fab or Flub. Taika Waititi is helming 2 animated Charlie and the Chocolate Factory series for Netflix. Is this fabulous or flubulous?
I like that.
Brian's fab on that one.
He's the guy who did Ragnarok, right?
Yes. And
I think
Jojo Rabbit.
Is Jojo Rabbit?
And yeah, Jojo Rabbit was a fantastic movie. You should watch it. If I
Is
can,
that movie also fab?
If I can, I can probably email it to you. It is also
I would
fab.
appreciate that, buddy.
Yep.
So it's on top of this. What's that guy's name again? Waititi?
Taika Waititi.
Tiki Barber.
Joe Pack says it's flub. I agree.
On that same thing, Christian Bale has been said he's gonna play a villain for sure, right? Because his co-star.
He has been confirmed to be a villain.
So I'm pretty sure. I mean, that says that he's gonna be God Butcher, right? I mean, he's got to be.
They just said he's an alien from a different planet. They didn't say anything about God Butcher.
That's what God Butcher is.
So we will see. We'll have to put a pin on that Fab or Flub because I haven't read an article on it yet.
We'll have to get back to it another time.
I actually heard from this article that I just read just now. We got this covered. He's going to play Galactus.
Who?
Christian Bale is going to play Galactus.
No, he's not.
He's going to play Galactus. And Taron Egerton is going to be Wolverine in Captain Marvel 2. And Shia LaBeouf is going to play Rogue. I mean, he's a fantastic actor. Haven't you ever seen the movie Fury? It's one of my favorite movies. He's a method actor. He actually, the scars on his face in Fury, he actually gave himself those scars for real. And he pulled his tooth out because he's so method. And have you seen his interview on Hot Ones with Sean Evans? Like, it's the greatest interview ever done in the history of interviews.
Okay, I can't take this anymore.
I can't either. I can't do it. I tried so hard.
I can't.
We haven't even made it to our movie review yet, guys. We got to do our movie review.
We're not doing a fucking movie review.
Oh, well, come on. Come on, we're supposed to review Mallrats. The cinematic masterpiece from Kevin Smith. Let's just go ahead and get into our movie review then real quick, and we'll move on from Fab or Flub. We'll come back to it.
Do you really think he's going to play fucking Galactus?
No. I'm joking.
Oh, thank God. I was starting to get pissed.
No, he's not gonna play
I was really starting to get mad.
So we got to explain why this charade is going on, right?
Yeah.
We got to let them know.
I mean, everyone. Okay, yeah. Well, go ahead and let them know, Kyle. Since
go for it. You're good. Good to do it. You're a better storyteller.
So there's a post of a group that we're part of on Facebook that's for podcasters to promote your podcasts and stuff like that. And there's a gentleman who put on a post, hey, I'm looking for other geek and nerd and pop culture podcasts to collab with and get to know. And I want to hear your show and listen to ours and see if we can work together. So Couch Crunchers put their show up. So I was like, all right, I'll put ours up. And I put ours in. Max from Couch Crunchers decided to go on there and on my post and go, they asked for pop culture podcast. You're not a pop culture podcast. You're a podcast that talks about nothing but dildos and Cockosaurus Rexes. So Kyle got on and he was like, I expected that from other Couch Crunchers, Sam, but not you. But not you, Max. So Max fired the first shot. So we felt like we weren't a real pop culture podcast. So we decided to try our hand at being a real pop culture podcast like Couch Crunchers is.
It sucks. It's no fun.
It's not fun.
No offense, guys, but
so
yeah, you guys do too good of a job for us to do it.
Yep. You guys do a fabulous job. We do a flubulous job.
Yeah. But at least you got some pops out of it. I mean, I'm sitting in my awesome office here. It's a great time, guys. It's a great time to be a Couch Cruncher. Make sure to unsubscribe to Couch Crunchers. YouTube.com/Couch Crunchers. Unsubscribe and hit that, and make sure to unclick that notification bell. If we get 50 unsubscribers tonight, I will auction off a pop for my collection.
So you said they canceled South by Southwest.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's do our fucking real show now. Yes, they canceled South by Southwest, and
Like that's an insane music festival.
That's much bigger than Comic-Con, that's for sure.
well, it's,
Yeah.
isn't it music and movies? Like South by Southwest is kind of
It's huge, yeah.
It's like a huge party.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the Comic-Con of music, I would say. Right? Music and movies, and it's like a big Austin party. Basically, that's all it is. It's all the woke people get out there and dance and do drugs.
Woo!
Yeah, it's like a hipster type thing.
I thought it was just a place where you get to see new music you've heard, music you've not heard of. It's just
Yeah, they got
open
a
to
strip.
bands.
They've got a bar strip in Austin. I forget what it's called, but it's a place in Austin where there's basically just bars on every place is a bar, and they have shows constantly going in every venue in Austin. With there's probably like 100 different bands that play, and you can just choose anyone you want to go to. They're also they show a bunch of independent movies and stuff like that, and old school flicks, and it's kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It's a party. It's a party in downtown Austin, right?
But I mean, do you think this is between like this and Emerald City? Do you think this is really just like the media taking this and running with it?
I have no idea, man. I'm so out of this.
Or do you think it's really like they're really trying to protect people? Or do you think I truly almost believe it's fucking catering. Like this is what people expect to see. This is what like if we put it on, like almost to the fact where like they probably got enough people to complain. I can't believe you're still gonna put on the Comic-Con, even though the coronavirus is here. You know what I mean? And they're like, fuck it. We don't want people to not come. We would rather postpone it instead of, you know what I mean? Like, I just, is this the media taking it too far?
That they make so much money off of South by Southwest. They wouldn't want to. I'm really surprised they're canceling it. Let me put it that way.
I mean, I think there's more to it. If they're canceling, there's more to it that we don't know yet. Because if they're canceling South by Southwest, and I mean, they're quarantining people for 14 days. If you get this, it's just I don't know what it is about this virus that makes it different than, like you said, like the flu. But they're quarantining people for it. You got people pulling out because they don't want to get it. They canceled Emerald City Comic-Con, which is like the third biggest show of the year. It's C2E2 is right there with it, so maybe third or fourth biggest show of the year. I'm interested to see what happens with WonderCon in a few weeks. If they cancel WonderCon, I don't know. I'm with Kyle. That's not a joke. I mean, I'm kind of like, it's the flu. The flu has a higher death rate than coronavirus.
I think what we're doing is we're pandering too much now. Oh, it's an uproar. We better follow the masses and go buy soap, and we should cancel this. And I think that's what's kind of going on.
Are people really selling soap on the secondary market?
Probably.
There's shelves that are cleared out, which goes to show is you motherfuckers need to start washing your hands more, because if all of a sudden everyone's buying soap and it's starting to run out, it goes to show there's a bunch of dirty motherfuckers out there. Nasty. Wash your goddamn hands.
I personally love the compilation that's going around online right now of people telling you to wash your hands and not touch your face, and then touching their face or licking their hands right afterwards.
That is funny. Whatever you do, don't touch your face. Up, I need to turn the page.
Yep. Yep. Or I've seen about 15 to 20 of you in this audience right now touching your face.
I heard if you put your finger in your butthole and you wave at somebody, they get the coronavirus. I heard the coronavirus really comes from your butthole.
Oh, is that what you heard?
Yes, especially when you eat too much corn. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, the coronavirus. What are you waving at?
Oh, it doesn't work?
What?
I thought if I put my hand on my butthole and
You wave it. Oh. Oh, Kyle's got corona now.
Hold
Hold on, we got to quarantine Kyle real fast. Kyle's been quarantined. Got to quarantine the Kyle. Kyle quarantine. Oh, we quarantined Brian too. Everyone's getting
I already
quarantined.
found out
now.
I'm immune against the coronavirus. So if the doctors want to come and take my antibodies and blood and study it, that they can, so that we can all be better. I will help spread the cure. I'm not talking about the band.
Max Scott says, here in Australia, fuckers are stabbing people with knives in supermarkets for toilet paper. Why? That's what I saw. One of my friends puts it on Facebook too, where she's like, toilet paper is sold out at like every store I'm going to. Why do you need toilet paper? Like, I can understand that.
Wipe your butt.
And hand,
That's
why
you. I don't know why you need toilet
you need to
paper,
stock up
but
on
the
it
rest
like
of
that.
us wipe our ass.
You need to stock up on a good 12 pack. It will last me a while. And I got a big old ass.
What's the worst thing is after you take a big old dump and you realize, shit, I have no shit paper.
I always have plenty of shit paper, but I don't need to stock up on it like it's a goddamn apocalypse.
Then you gotta look for fucking napkins and then you're doing those dry ass Chipotle napkins. It just sucks, man.
I don't know how anybody uses toilet paper anymore anyways.
That shit's stupid. Fucking adult wipes are the fucking way to go.
Fuck yeah.
Adult wipes.
Throw them in the fridge.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You throw them in the fridge?
Dude, they're nice and cold. You're wiping your butt. It's like
I heat my
Carlton for your butthole.
Yeah, I like mine nice and warm.
Well, I look at it like this. If a pigeon shits on your arm, you're not just gonna rub it off with a dry napkin. You're washing it. You're getting wet and you're wiping it and you're cleaning it. So the one thing that, besides most people's mouths, but the one thing that has poop come out of it, you're just gonna scrape it with paper. Weird.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like the coronavirus that I'm immune to. So if you need my antibodies, just let me know.
Kyle's immune to it because all the whiskey he drinks. That's what keeps
Yes,
him immune.
sir.
What you drinking tonight there, Kyle?
Whiskey and Red Bull.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
But I mean, it's obviously it's got a big effect on. It's affecting the economy. It's affecting the stock market. Like you said, they moved the James Bond movie, the brand new James Bond movie, from this month till November. But they did that because China is one of their best-selling markets, and they're not letting people out in public at all. There,
like I told you earlier, I'm going to be scared when you have the HPV horsefly virus.
HPV.
That's when I'm going to be scared.
Flies around and bites everyone and gives them genital warts, even though like 90% of the population already has it. Already has HPV.
That's why when you get it from a horsefly, it's a different virus.
Oh, okay.
And we don't have immunities to it. So next year will be scary with the HPV horsefly virus.
Solo Wookie says, everyone kiss Kyle. He's a mutant.
You know what? Meet me behind the school. Kisses for $1.
Kisses for $1 behind the school.
I'll be there at 3.
But I think them closing Emerald City was more of the amount of people pulling out, because like Jim Lee pulled out.
Bazinga.
Jim Lee pulled out and
someone
Dark
pregnant.
Horse pulled out, and there was a lot of talent that was pulling out of that convention. I'll be interested to see what happens.
A lot of people don't though.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see because like C2E2 just went off last weekend. And you haven't heard anything from
Nobody
that yet.
pulled out there.
At some stage, you're going to lick both.
You are correct.
C2E2, and then they had the convention in Virginia that at some point...
Virginia doesn't count.
Well, I'm just saying, Virginia counts in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, speaking of Virginia, I need to show off my Robbie Rodriguez sketch to everybody. Matt, can you pull that up?
No, because I don't have it.
Okay, here, I'm going to forward it to you. So, this is what I want to do with everybody. So it's funny too, because like, it got signed last Saturday, right? So I had been checking CBCS just to see when it's going to, how it comes in and they email you and it shows that it's got your order. So I've been getting kind of nervous because I was like, fuck, it's taking a while. So I emailed them today and I was like, dear CBCS, I'm at Fortitude. So so that is, once again, shout out to Tim, but that is I sent my book to Virginia and he took the time out of his day to have Robbie Rodriguez sign it and give me a sketch and send it to CBCS. So big shout out to him. Loving that. I'm so excited to have that book back in my collection with that sketch on it. So I sent an email to CBCS today, and I was like, "Hey, I didn't say my name. I didn't really bitch about it. I was just like, when do you guys expect getting the books in from GalaxyCon? And do you guys still do the process in which when you get a book, they email you to let you know they received it? And you know how CBCS, they kind of, well, Brian knows this, Matt doesn't, but they notify you through the process. They notify you when they get it. They notify when it's grading. They notify when it's being shipped out. They kind of let you know through it. I emailed them, and not even 15 minutes after I email them, I get an email. Congratulations. We have received your book. So I got a fast pass. CBCS says 5-week turnaround. Without a fast pass, they're at 5 weeks. So I bought a fast pass. They got my book today on 3/6. Let's make bets. And if everybody listening too, this is what I'll do. If a listener has a correct date, I'll send them something cool. So guess a date when you think I'm going to get my book, when you think my book will be at my front door.
Kyle will send you a "No, sir, that's an incorrect statement" t-shirt. And if he doesn't, he's got to wear a big, giant black.
I don't have shirts to give out like that. So I can't make a weird bet like that.
He'll order you one.
So I will send you out a cool comic if whoever guesses the date. So we'll start with Brian.
Nobody wants that shit.
They said a 5-week turnaround. I bought a fast pass. When do you think I'm getting my book back? They got it. We got it today, March 6th. That's when they entered it into the system.
I'll say 6 weeks.
So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're saying March 17th.
Yep.
That's 6. Well, that's 6 Saturdays from now. 13th to the 20th, 20th to the 27th, 27th to the 3rd, 3rd to the 10th, 10th to the 17th.
Michael Stout says March 31st, and TK421 says.
Oh wait, hold on. We need to write this down. So he says June. I'd be so pissed if it's June 22nd.
June 22nd.
I bet you he's going to be spot on.
I'll be so pissed.
I'm going to say May 15th. I'm going to say May.
May?
I'm going to say May.
So, okay. So Brian says April 17th. You're saying May what?
I'm going to say May 15th. Hold on, let me see. What's May 15th? Is that
It's a Friday.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to go with May 15th.
Okay. Anybody else? April
Max
19th.
Scott says April 19th.
I'm gonna say I'm I'm going to give CBCS the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say April 9th.
You might
So,
see that, and that's the conversation Kyle and I had earlier. Is maybe it's going to be faster because of all these cancellations? So that Emerald City Comic Con's a big convention. They won't get books from there now. But Kyle was like C2E2, and then whatever happened to Virginia. So, I mean,
C2E2 they got flooded with books.
Yeah.
I'm just one lonely guy with one book and a fast pass.
Yeah,
but if they're saying a 5-week turnaround without a fast pass, then I should be looking at 17 weeks.
What did they hook you up with the signature verification or authentication?
So I already had Latour's signature on it.
Uh-huh.
So Latour's will be verified, Robbie's will be authenticated.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Or is that flip-flopped?
That's so stupid.
So I
think it'll be Rodriguez's will be verified and Latour's will be authenticated.
Well, yeah, whatever. But it still gets a red label.
Yeah.
So I asked the guy we all know from CBCS. Like I just noticed it said it in the notes, and I probably just never noticed this before. This is probably just the first time I've noticed it. It said encapsulate even if signature doesn't authenticate or verify, or one of those words. And I asked, so that's struck a question to me. I was like, what? So what happens?
My dog just ripped down my green screen.
So I asked him the question. I thought about it. I was like, okay, if they say no to the Latour signature, but yes to Robbie because Robbie was witnessed, what ends up happening with what ends up happening with the book? Like, what do they end up doing? And
well, here's the worst part. If they do that, do they put a different color label on there? Because how many people just see multiple signatures? You know what I mean?
So what happens is it gets the yellow label for the Robbie Rodriguez signature, but then it gets docked because there's marker on the cover.
See, that's bullshit. They shouldn't even do that. You know what I mean? Because when you do that, you trick people. You know, get what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be like a big, huge sign that says fake or something on there, because one of them's going to be good, the other one's not. You know what I mean? So are you going to put it in a yellow label?
Yeah, they give it a yellow label that just says.
See, that's scary.
It says witness, because it says verified, or it says witness signature. It'll say Robbie Rodriguez, so it gets the yellow label because that's the sketch and was witnessed.
So I got one. So why don't we go fake a Stan Lee signature, then go get Robbie Rodriguez to get a witness signature by Robbie Rodriguez, and it'll get a yellow label.
It will. It'll say Robbie Rodriguez witness signature, black marker on cover, and then it'll be docked points.
Yeah, that's stupid. Wow.
Because I had never seen that on the thing. It probably said it before, or maybe something happened so that they put it now. Because I don't ever remember seeing that for any of the red labeled stuff I've ever gotten. I don't expect it to come back fake because the signature is common, and the sketch that he does on that Spider-Verse is common as well. So I don't expect it to come, but it was just something. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm really stoked to have that Robbie Rodriguez signature. And if it comes back all fucked up like that, I'm just gonna crack it. And just keep it. You know what I mean? Fuck it. It's for my collection. I'm not selling it. I'm not flipping it. The only thing that sucks is so it's $25 to have them verify Jason Latour's signature. It's $5 for the witness signature. It was $10 for the fast pass, and it's $15 to get graded, and it's $23 to get it shipped back to me. $81.
Wow.
Right?
Damn.
So actually, do I really crack it?
I would.
Yeah, no.
Like it's
Crack
crazy.
it open.
Crack it open, bitches. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's weird.
I'm not worried, because I know it's not fake. So
Yeah.
whatever. And if it is, fuck it. I guess it's my fault for not getting it graded the first time.
I think
Whatever.
you'll be all right.
But like I said, it's for my personal collection, so whatever.
I mean,
Yeah,
Latour, yours has got the little Spider-Man. Like, did Latour draw the little Spider-Man on yours too? Little
Yeah,
Spider
and
Gwen?
it says and then it has this little. It says like
His like JL.
JL on it. Yeah.
You should be all right.
Yeah, it's common. It's you Google it. It's pretty common.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'll be right back. I need to get ice. Talks amongst yourselves.
He needs to get ice.
I need to make another
So
drink.
Fab or Flub? So I mean, back to the Taika Waititi thing. Are you excited for? I mean, would you watch an animated Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Do you think that
Yes,
movie's
I would.
already been remade? Like, do we need to see it again?
If it's adult and kind of dark, yeah, I'll watch it.
I think Waititi is the perfect person to handle a project like that. Do you want it to be more like the original movie, or
Yes.
I don't want it to be anything like the Johnny Depp one.
Neither do I. I want it to be like the original.
I want a darker Willy Wonka, but I kind of want him in the same style that Gene Wilder did it. Not
He was dark. He was super dark. I think he was much darker than the Johnny Depp one.
you think so?
The way he played Willy Wonka, yeah, for sure. He was much darker. The movie the movie was dark too. If you watch it now, it's really dark. You know what I mean? As you watch it as an adult, it's fucking dark.
He almost plays it like, I don't know. I think Johnny Depp almost plays it like he's on the spectrum. Like he's got a mild form of autism.
Yes.
And he's got that whole like PTSD about his dad, who's a dentist, backstory bullshit.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It was dumb. I was not a fan of those movies.
But I mean, I think after seeing Jojo Rabbit, have you seen Jojo Rabbit yet?
No, but I've heard about it. I've
After
heard
seeing
everybody
Jojo Rabbit, I think he would kill it, and Willy Wonka, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, whichever one. But see, I wonder if, because aren't they two separate books? Wasn't Charlie and wasn't Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory the first one, and then Charlie was the second? Or I know they're the books like titled differently.
So the first one is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and the second one is Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go.
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
No, you hit exactly what I was talking about. The name of the books. Because I couldn't remember if the book was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, because the second book is when he actually leaves in it.
Yeah.
Great Glass Elevator.
So it says that the first of the two projects will center on the main tale based in the 1964 novel, while the other will feature an enormous factories making the Oompa Loompa stuff. So I think that'll be interesting. But
Fucking better be.
fabulous or fabulous? Taika Waititi declares Scarlett Johansson the star of the decade.
I
I only did it just because of Brian.
don't know about that.
Because she's beat, right?
Burn.
Were you talking about Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I said since he did Jojo Rabbit, and I asked Brian if he saw Jojo Rabbit. said after watching Jojo Rabbit, I think he'll do a good job.
I don't even know what that is.
Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah.
It's a movie Taika Waititi did about a little kid who was growing up in Nazi Germany and his imaginary friend is Hitler.
Pass.
Dude, it's really funny.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Pass.
It is.
It's really funny.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
It's a movie about tolerance.
Oh, wait till it's on Redbox.
I think it is already on Redbox.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I have a link to it I can send you. I told you I would send it to you.
Oh, that was real? I thought you were
Yeah,
just
no, that was real.
I thought you were just fucking around.
No. James Gunn and Bautista keep pressing to make a Drax and Mantis team-up film. I think
Flub.
I'm flub on that too. I like them enough in the Guardians and the crossover in Endgame and Infinity War, but I don't think I need to see a movie of them two together.
No, they're great supporting characters.
Yeah, for sure. I don't see Drax and Mantis being a main focus team. Sorry if you're fans of those characters, but like Kyle said, they're better supporting than main. But Brian, what do you guys got on the Hot 10 this week? Anything?
Perfect timing because I'm getting ready to head over to do it, so I'll knock these out real quick. Hot 10 is a little crazy this week. It's got a lot of books that are new, so that's
has the Batman punchline stuff started to cool down?
Yeah, it definitely has. I think there's one Batman book on there this week. Here we go. Let's do this. Yeah, there's just one Batman book on there this week, which is nice.
I think that character, like you guys were saying, now that they've revealed more about that character and what people are speculating, I think that character and the popularity is going to take a massive hit. Especially that they're saying that the character is going to be more like Lex Luthor's secretary or sidekick lady than, I can't think of her name right now, versus his new like Harley Quinn. So
yeah, that'd be bullshit. So honorable mention this week for the Golden Age is Suspense Comics number 3, a Schomburg cover. We all know the name Schomburg. I mean, if you're in comics, you should know the name Schomburg. He's one of the greatest cover artists of the Golden Age. And this was a cover of his, and obviously you can see why people love it. It's not only got the knives and spears and guns. It's got a bunch of Nazis killing a virgin and hoods and just a moon in the background with the bats. And so there's all the different things that people collect on here. This is a huge cover. And it says, Ben put on here at the end, this one valued in the $20,000 range, sold in 5.0 for $53,000.
Holy shit.
A 5.0 of this cover sold for $53,000, guys. So
that's crazy.
It's funny because what Ben says in this is that, man, it's showing that the comic market is healthy as ever. So, people are always bringing up the bubble and this and that, but for a $53,000 sale on a 5.0 book, that's supposed to be valued as a $20,000 range. Jesus,
makes me want to send all my golden books out to get graded.
You should. You have a couple really big hitters in that of that Golden Age stuff. I think when you first showed them to me, we went over which big hitters you got. So
yeah.
The next. All right, let's see here. What do we got here?
And the next one coming up.
I don't know why it's doing this,
but for some reason, it's not working.
No, you're right. All right, here we go. This is the next one. This is.
Yeah, I have that book.
Scarlet Spider number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This is honorable mention. This is the Scarlet Spider-Man number 1 from 2012, the Bagley variant. It's a 1 in 25. Ben puts, he was not aware that this is a very difficult book to track down, so much so that the lone copy on eBay sold this week for $135.
Oh,
you got that exact book, Matt?
Yep, going up on eBay, baby.
Yeah, which may be just as much as the 1 in 50 variant Venom of this title that came out in the same week. So
it's a cool cover, though.
It is. I don't know why this isn't working. Let me figure this out here. Hold on.
Happens.
Shit happens. 1 second, guys. Let me figure this out.
It does. It does happen.
Sometimes twice a day.
I mean, if you're regular.
All right, I got it. Hot 10. Let's go there. I think I got it.
And we're back.
There we go. Okay. Now you can put it back. All right. So that's that one. Number 10. This is a book that I've been big on for a while. I always search for it. I never can find it in decent grade. And this is the first appearance of Magic. And she's just killing it right now in the actual comics. And then with the New Mutant stuff coming out finally, 9.8s in this book right now are selling for 300 plus.
So everybody go back through your wasted boxes of comics that you don't care about and look for New Mutants 14.
Yep. And there's less than 200 right now in 9.8 on the census, which is unbelievable. So that price is going to go up. Number nine this week is a beautiful Jenny Frison variant out of 500, the Mercy #1 Jenny Frison variant. You could have bought this as a store variant for $19.99 on pre-order. Not anymore, though. Now that it's live, it's selling in the $50 to $60 range raw, which is and it's out of 500. But look how beautiful that cover is.
I know, it's a badass cover. I mean, just the pinks and the reds, it kind of just pops at you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That book is popular right now too. It's getting a lot of praise.
Yeah, that Mercy is popular right now. Dark Red #1, the Shannon Mayer's Color Splash C2E2 variant out of 300. And Ben says it's weird to be doing a variant of a book that came out a year ago, but they did it, and it's selling in the 80 plus range. So I'm not a fan.
What made that one hot?
What's that?
What's made that book so hot?
Shannon Mayer. Everybody loves Shannon Mayer. The art. I'm not a fan. It's too digitized for me. It's good. It's just I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Number 7. This is a couple. There's a couple big ones of this one. The Last of Us, American Dreams #1. A lot of talk about this movie being made. Some big studio just.
So they're not making a movie. It's been optioned by HBO and is going to be a TV series.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So this is a $50 raw book right now.
That's The Last of Us #1.
American Dreams #1. So there's two Last of Us books on the list this week. This one's number 7. Last of Us, American Dreams #1. And Ben says everything that I said about basically this was selling for around $25 and it's doubled to $50 plus raw. So. Number 6, another beautiful cover. Coyotes #1. Ben says he could not find a single sale prior to this week when the creator stated that this book is in development. Now it's selling for around $20 raw. So I like that cover, and it's an old school image book. It's from the 25th anniversary year. I forget which year that was, but Coyotes #1. Number 5 is Batman #90. We all know why this is on there. We talked about it before, busting out the list. Everybody's going crazy about that character, but this is the first full appearance of the designer. Mm-hmm. So it's also got that on there. $15 to $20 raw for both the A and B covers. On the second
Yeah. That came out Wednesday?
Yeah.
There you go, comic book store.
Here's the big one this week that everybody's talking about. It's not number 1.
America.
Yeah, Venom the End #1, Clayton Crane C2E2 variant out of 600. There was a lot of problems with people not getting their orders on this. I know the Slabbed Heroes guy who sells all the 9.8 pre-orders. He was assured that he was going to get a bunch of these books, and they ended up selling them out from underneath them. And all these people are super pissed about not getting this book when they ordered it. So I think this was it might have been Scorpion Comics that was kind of like involved in making this for C2E2, but it's going crazy. It's it says here Crane's specialty is definitely symbiotes, and this one with the American flag wrapped around Venom's neck is quite stunning, selling similarly Selling in the $125 range. This one is 5 times rarer than number 1. So the number 1 book this week.
So it's sold better than they expected. So people who pre-ordered, they didn't send it to them.
Exactly. Well, they sold them all out on the floor, and they didn't keep any copies behind for the pre-orders. So it's just complete fucked up. So
that is shitty.
Yeah. Number 3, Dark Reign, The Young Avengers number 1. This is a first appearance of Sylvie Lushton, who will appear in the Loki Disney Plus series. And this book jumped out of the dollar bins up to $20 raw.
Is that who Owen Wilson's playing?
Could be.
Wow.
It's a cool cover, though. Mark Brooks.
What?
I like Mark Brooks.
Wow.
So...
Wow.
Here's the second Last of Us book. This is number 2 this week. Last of Us American Dreams number 1 Naughty Dog variant. And he says, I think a lot of people have been hoping that this would get optioned, and it's happened this week via HBO. Now, I don't know if you watch HBO or not, but their production value on their shows is second to none, so it seems to be doing pretty well. Anyways, raw copies jump from $15 to $20 up to $50, and 9.8 are selling up to $325. Number 1 this week is a beautiful cover, but it's crazy.
I don't think it's that great of a cover.
I like negative variants, just like Ben says. I always like JTC variants. This one's not his best, but it's a C2E2 variant, and there's 3,000 of these. So I don't understand why people are going crazy for it. They should be, trying to get the Venom book more, because there's only 600 of those, but there's 3,000 of these, and they're selling for 125 plus.
Damn.
So
that's a hard pass.
It is cool though, because it is labeled the number out of 3,000, which that is a big deal. More comic companies need to be doing this. It makes it a little easier to say that there for sure is only this many books. You can't say out of 3,000, because then you don't know which one you have. It just makes it easier to steal that from the card market.
You have 400 or 3,000.
You got it. So that's the list this week.
Sweet.
Yeah, kind of crazy. A lot of money in that market. So
you got to have a lot of money to be able to be in that to make the money in that market, though.
That's the problem. You have to have money to make money in that market, so be careful. All right, I'll be back
later.
All right, have fun.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.
See you later.
All right, Crunchers, let's get into the what we're watching portion of our show. Kyle, what have you been watching or playing?
I watched The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, what's going on with The Walking Dead? I can't do this anymore. Like, I want to finish it out, and I want to do the movie review, but it's just not working for us.
What did you think of Walking Dead this week?
We're not a real pop culture podcast, so fuck it.
I'm cool with that.
Walking Dead this week. Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. I thought it had its moments. I mean, it was exciting and action packed for a little bit of it, and then had a little bit of boring. I thought that the ability for the Whisperers to just crawl in a tunnel underground into Alexandria was a little ridiculous.
I was so pissed about that, because I think when we watched it, you actually had a different opinion about it.
Well, no, I still thought it was stupid, but like, I understand like how they could do it unnoticed, but
they're really gonna take all that time to dig a goddamn tunnel from fucking an RV from God knows where, all the way to a yes, exactly, zombie fuckers, all the way to
go back to dick jokes, for God's sake.
I know it's terrible, isn't it? For a fucking, to me, that The Walking Dead jumped a shark.
Yes.
I thought it was completely fucking stupid. The fact that, just like we were talking about before, Alexandria is this fortified city with guards and people with guns and arrows and spikes and walking around on horseback. Any motherfucker that wants to just fucking just strolls on into that bitch.
Yep.
That's fucked, man. The fact that the fact that he just decided one day, I'm taking this long ass tunnel that we fucking all the way to Dante's grave that fucking that we dug. Nobody noticed. There's a fucking hole that
Do you think that was Dale's RV at the beginning that they were using?
I thought that for a second, and then I thought maybe it was the RV from that they were driving around with Negan before they got caught.
That was Dale's, wasn't it?
Was it Dale's?
That was Dale's RV, yeah. Because remember they were driving Dale's RV, and when Negan and them all busted him and circled him up to bash Glenn and Abraham's brains in.
So, yes, then it's Dale's RV.
But I mean,
I thought it was. So I think it's got two random like Alpha goes up and says, "Hey, you two walkers, fucking go hang out in this RV and protect this goddamn fucking smuggling tunnel we made."
But not only that, so he sneaks in with the tunnel. He kills two guards, takes their armor, then kills that other lady from the kingdom. I can't think of her name with the neck tattoo in the jail cell. Judith shoots him. You don't know where the hell RJ is, Little Rick. You assuming he's in the house somewhere. Nobody acts like they hear the gunshot from Judith. Like, nobody's coming to help these people. And he has time to just get up and be like, lol, that didn't hurt, and wander off. You know? It's like, what is going on?
I think the second that happened, I think I sent you Fonzie jumping the shark.
Yes, you did.
I'm still pissed about it because it's it. The Walking Dead is done.
2 episodes. We've not seen Michonne in 2 episodes. The first 2 episodes.
Well, we know why though.
Yeah. She's going to be leaving the show. So her
No, she's on a ship.
That's true.
Getting a bigger
I forgot
ship
about the ship, yeah.
And she's
getting
going to be
a
gone
battleship. Yeah.
She said she's going to be gone for a while.
The Daryl Alpha stuff was cool. That fight was cool.
It was all right. You know what? I think this was like a loophole, kind of a continuity error. Is Alpha was bleeding. The zombie should have seen right through that shit and mauled the fuck out of her.
Well, I laughed when it screams in her face.
She's bleeding like
Yeah.
it's figured out. I don't give a fuck. That they jumped the shark. Walking Dead.
I mean,
They're
I still
gonna-
thought the return of Lydia was interesting and how they played that off where she doesn't want to be like her. And the other part, Daryl should have died. She stabbed him in the damn femoral artery. So when he pulls that knife out, he should have been like squirting blood, and he should have bled out.
It was blood going
Yeah,
everywhere.
He should have bled out because she stabs him right in the femoral artery. So I hate to say it. I don't know if it's over, but
it's
it
done.
definitely jumped the shark.
It's done, man. It's for as long as we fought and for as long as we kept telling, no. I am on the other side of the fence with everybody now.
You jump fence.
I'm on the other.
I'm like the fat kid who's stuck on top of the fence, got his jeans stuck, and can't quite get over. Because I'm still sitting there. I'm not gonna jump over on after one ridiculous episode like that. 'Cause
After 2 ridiculous episodes.
Season 9 was solid. The only part I didn't like about episode 1 or episode 8 of season 10 was the whole Negan Alpha necrophilia sex scene.
The cave shit was dumb. The Carol breakdown thing was dumb. The fact that the whole episode was pretty much fucking pitch black is dumb. It just, they need to go back to, you know what? Fuck it. Try this next show. Let's try to do something better with this next show.
I want to get your opinion on that new AMC show though. What's it called?
Beyond Expectations or something like that. I don't remember.
It's let me see.
It's fucking weird and it's cool. And you know what I liked about it
Dispatched from Elsewhere.
Yes, exactly what I said.
It's a very weird show, isn't it? It has very, Grizzle Geek says Happy Days went on for 6 more seasons after literally jumping the shark.
That's terrible.
But this new show, Dispatches from Elsewhere, it's a very weird show.
It reminded me a lot of Legion.
Yes.
It's real abstract and it's real different. And it's, I enjoyed it so much that I didn't watch the next episode on Monday.
I forgot about it. I wanted to, but I forgot about it. But it kind of plays. It kind of plays with your senses a little bit because you don't know really what's going on.
That's what I kind of liked about it. It was
Yeah,
it's just hard to. It's just hard to keep up with. It's kind of weird, and I don't know if that dude's a chick or that chick's a dude. I don't know. There's just a lot going on. And it's pretty cool though.
I don't understand the reason with the paddles and like meeting your group of compatible people, and it's just a weird show.
But I enjoyed it because there's not enough weird shows like that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't think the masses enjoy shows like that. Especially that's why Legion kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Legion was only three seasons?
3 seasons, I think. I want to say 3 or 4 seasons. 3 seasons.
And it was good. The ending was solid. The ending of Legion was solid. But this show's got that same abstract, weird, like it's not. You don't have to. I think I like it because it's weird, but you don't have to think deep about it.
It kind of has a Twin Peaks feel to it almost. If you watch Twin Peaks, but I liked it. Another show I'm watching is that just started this week is Dave, about Little Dicky.
Someone else told me today that I need to start watching that.
That show is so funny. Little Dicky.
It's on FX, right? Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That was a good one. Also, if you're watching Outsiders on HBO, Outsiders has been solid. That finale is this Sunday, so it's been a lot of fun. A good suspense, very Twilight Zone ish or X-Files ish, I should say. If you're,
I need to catch up on that. Maybe that's what I'll do
fan.
tonight.
Then you've also got Avenue 5.
Fucking love that show.
I watched the first episode and kind of bailed on it, and Kyle was like, "No, you got to go back and watch it." And I got to tell you, it's one of the best shows on TV right now, just with their ability to hold continuity every episode.
It's fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
I'm 2 episodes behind though, so I haven't seen the last 2 episodes.
Yes, Clone Wars Season 6 has started. I've only seen the first episode. I have not watched anything past that.
I fell asleep the first episode.
2 episodes behind.
I think you know why I fell asleep? It's because I haven't seen the first 5 seasons.
That might be why,
So I started watching it. I was like, this is a 6th fucking season? Fuck.
Right.
Then I fell asleep. Then I remembered, fuck, man, I got to write a Star Wars trivia still. Fuck.
Yes, you do.
And I got to write a Supernatural trivia as well.
Ooh. How many Supernatural counts are we on now?
I don't know.
Taron Egerton. Just got to work that in there real quick.
Pops. Wolverine.
Yeah.
Egerton.
Supernatural. Read an article.
All right, that's enough fucking with the couch crunchers.
So Disney Plus said that they're working on a sequel to Hocus Pocus from the creators and writers of Workaholics. Flub, you don't have any interest in it?
That movie's great. The way it was, I seen that in the movie theaters. I think I just aged myself. It just needs to. It's an epic movie. It's a cult classic. Everybody likes it. There's no reason to add to it, take away from it, do anything. Just that's something. It's one of those things that just needs to be left alone.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Better Call Saul's another show that's been really good. Solid first 3 episodes. Grizz made me think of that. It says, a show is good and it can make the prequels better. I think in some ways, Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad, but not overall, but in just some aspects. But I agree with you on the Hocus Pocus thing. Like, I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, but all I know is that Sarah Jessica Parker was stunning in it, and now she's not so stunning, and they're trying to get the original three: Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and I can't remember the other woman's name.
The chick that played the little girl in that that's the chick in Walking Dead right now.
What?
The red-haired girl that's talking to.
Oh, you're right.
That's
It
in
is
the prison cell. Yeah, that's the
Gamma.
little girl
The one that's
from.
playing Gamma. Yeah, you're right. It is. I didn't even notice that until you just now said that.
Yeah, it's a chick.
Look at
The
you
little
go.
red-haired girl from Hocus Pocus.
Look at you go. So HBO had a hit with Watchmen, and now they're speculating that the next miniseries like that they'll do is V for Vendetta. Do you think V for Vendetta would do good as an HBO TV show?
Yes, I think it would be awesome. I think they could do a lot with a TV show.
For V for Vendetta.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great movie.
And a great book.
Mm-hmm.
Great graphic novel.
Yep. I think it would be as long as they don't fuck it up, but I mean, it has the potential to be a great show.
Mm-hmm. Slow Wookie's helping you or offering his assistance for you with Star Wars trivia.
I see that. That's why I answered him.
There you go. Star Wars trivia.
Yeah, should be fun. I'll have Lancey McLancey face help me with supernatural trivia.
Yeah, if they're not too busy putting on the best pop culture podcast in the world.
Oh, I wish Max would have came on the show tonight.
Well, I say you could talk to him about it.
I'll put this out there. I knew he was just joking.
Yeah.
It's just where nobody else gets the joke. It's kind of funky.
He took shot at the wrong place.
Like if he would have taken like a screenshot of that and then in our group chat wrote something like that, it would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But just in a form where there's hundreds of people seeing that have no context behind it, it doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't pan out well.
Yeah.
Because even like the dude who made the post was like, "What's going on?"
Right. I thought that was kind of funny where he was like, did I miss something?
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like it was like I don't know if something like I've talked about it with a couple people, like, and I know it's a joke, don't get me wrong, Max, I love you. I've gotten both sides where like some people are like, if that was me, it would intrigue me to watch the show. Dildos and dudes on YouTube. I gotta at least see what that's about. But on the other end, I see a lot of people, and podcast people are real critical of podcast people.
They are. Yes, they are.
It's kind of like, I have a crappy podcast, but I'm going to tell you how to do your crappy podcast better.
Yeah. Did people say something to us like that?
No.
I
But
was
I'm
gonna
just
say.
saying that this is what these groups remind me of. It's like,
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and Chad in the chat will probably understand this. It's like people in construction, like an electrician. You walk through someone else's house and you pick it apart. I wouldn't have done that. And that same person would walk through your house. You know what I mean? It's just, and to have these people come in that don't know us, say, dildos, dudes on YouTube, what the, like, that, I'm not going to check that out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like, I get the joke. Haha. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well played, good sir. Wrong place to play it.
I like the fact, I gotta just say, and you made the comment to me earlier today, you gotta love our fans who, when I posted that on Facebook, came right to the defense, and we're talking about how life isn't as funny without dildos.
No, that's I love our listeners because they came back and they're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
You could take this serious shit and you could shove it up your ass.
Even even sitting here tonight, people telling us, I mean, all the way from Australia, telling us, all right, this shit's got to stop. So
good God, stop the boring show.
Yep. So it was good. It was fun. But there's one thing. So I do want to do the movie review just because I don't want to, give blue balls to people who are like, oh my God, they're going to tell us what they think of Mallrats.
Everybody knows what we think of Mallrats.
I know, but just to appease. But I want to get the backstory on this because you made on the the outline, you told me that we needed to make sure that we covered this, and I had the screen video ready to go. So what is the deal with the CGC parodies?
So you need you need to post the original video first.
I don't have the original video. I couldn't find
gave,
the original
the link is. I gave you the link.
The link is in the
link is in the show notes. And everybody, there's our show notes.
Yeah, there's our show notes, everyone.
And they say we're not fucking prepared,
right?
Okay, so shout out to first thing. I took this from somebody else, so shout out to
Exposing CGC
from
But shout out to what's his name? Something Jericho's Pop and Pop's Culture, whatever.
Gerano's Comics and Pop Culture.
Shout out to him because this is where I've taken the video from. But to context everybody else, what this is this is a Superman #1, not Action Comics 1, but Superman #1, where CGC is at C2E2, and they're doing an evaluation of a hand evaluation of it, and they're doing a little video for everybody. It says, "Oh, a humbling experience having the opportunity to witness such an amazing grail." And they thumb through it. They're looking at the pages. They're talking about it. You can play it if you want.
And this is their on-site grading, right?
It's either the on-site grading or the they're telling you, "Hey, we think this book grades at this." They're doing it like a pre-screening for you.
All right, so we'll post the video on our YouTube or on our Facebook for people to see.
But like I said, shout out to whoever I took it from.
If anybody's listening on Monday that wants to see this back, we'll post it on our Facebook page. But let's go ahead and play it.
YouTube, what is going on? Chris with Journos Comics. Guys, today I just came across this video literally minutes ago from CGC's Facebook page. And I want to play this video and let you guys watch for a minute.
So pause it real quick. So this motherfucker, whoever he is for CGC, is fucking manhandling this fucking book. No gloves.
Right.
Which I get it. It's a fucking comic book. I can see it, but it's a fucking Superman #1. That thing should be treated with the utmost care. Like, if that was my book and I'm standing on the other side of this table, I'd be like, "Hey, motherfucker, why don't you fucking why don't you take your little dick beaters off that and fucking
little dick beaters
and fucking why don't you chill out and treat that with a little bit of respect there."
I have never heard of a pair of fingers being referred to as a pair.
It's the whole hand. It's a dick
little
beater.
Dick beater.
This is a dick beater.
That's fantastic.
All right, you're welcome.
That's fantastic. I'm going to use that now. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Little dick beaters. But so now this raises the question though: is this how they handle your book at CGC when they're grading it?
There's no way.
Well, then why would they do it live? Like, you would think.
I don't know.
They're grading, on-site grading they would need gloves. It would have to be as technical and as thorough as possible. But let's go ahead and play it a little bit more here.
Fuck the corner of that book.
Right.
The book has coronavirus now.
It's a little loud. I'm going to turn the volume on that down.
Right there. That's. Ooh, let's just tear those two pages apart. You motherfucker. If that's all it takes to grade a book, why the fuck does it take so long to get our books back? All right, you can fucking pause that shit.
All right. Got it.
Shout out to dude that I took that from. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yeah, that's
But even right there, with the way his thumb is digging into the side of the book like that, I'd be like, hey, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Why don't you fucking lighten your dick beaters up there?
Lighten your dick beaters up. So that has led to people parodying this video.
Parroting?
I can't say that word.
Parroting?
Yeah.
A parody?
A parody. Making parodies of that video. So this is
I
one
like
of the
parroting better.
Yeah, this is one of the parodies of that video.
Polly, want a cracker? I like how he gets a fucking Cheeto.
He's got Cheeto fingers like mad, bro.
Motherfucker's just ripping through the pages like it's 3, 4, 5.
Tear
He
that
rips the shit.
page. Just tearing through that book with his Cheeto fingers. Oh, he spills water.
I've seen a couple of these videos though. It's just
Just gonna eat a banana over it. Drops a little banana on it.
Gotta wipe the banana off the cover. Nothing a little tape can't fix.
Right?
I love how he crinkles it up and shoves it in the bag.
That's CGC grading, everyone. Send your books to CGC. Send them a bunch of money right now to grade your book.
There's another one that's kind of like that they do the same thing.
Send them a bunch of money right now to grade your books.
I don't know. I don't know how many times I could say it. I'm pulling a mat and I'm stuck in this loop of how fucking pissed I would be.
Yeah, I'd be pretty upset if I was my book.
I mean, people take a lot of these books, man, you pay a lot of money for.
Yeah.
And you're entrusting it into somebody that is the professional. That's you have to imagine that it's the utmost care that they're putting into it. But the way they did that right there goes to show you is now I know why my book came back a goddamn 9.2.
Right. Or it comes back with markings that weren't there when you send it off, or if it ever comes back with a Cheeto fingerprint, then you know there's gonna be problems.
But I mean, like, I've thought about this before too. So like I've gotten a couple books back to say it's been doctored because of fingerprints. And I'm like, I don't remember fingerprints being on it. I got it pressed. That means it's their fingerprints.
Yeah.
But as I say this, one of my books is sitting at fucking CBCS right now.
Yep, getting finger fucked.
Fuck, man. Get your dick beaters off my comic book.
Yep. Maybe that guy just got done using his dick beaters and now he's going to grade your book.
Well, hopefully he's happy when he grades my book then after you fucking using his dick beaters. Get those Air Force gloves out of your pocket and show us the dick beater.
Yeah, there you go. You'd think they would make him wear white gloves.
I assume normally that they do.
But, I mean, even just the respect for the fact that it's a Superman #1.
Yes.
Where's the respect for Superman #1?
My favorite part is that the two of the pages were kind of stuck together. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm tearing them apart.
Right?
Fuck your book.
I don't have time for this shit.
I don't give a fuck. Can't you see I'm fucking live?
Right. Can you see we're on YouTube Live or Facebook Live, and I got 15 people watching me.
What I still love is the swagger of CGC. They didn't even come on and say shit. They're like, I don't give a fuck. You
Right.
send your books to us. I don't give a fuck. Like, they didn't come out and say sorry. They don't say, anything. I think they would come out and say fucking something.
Yeah.
They didn't say goddamn.
It would be
thing.
cool if it was like you could see them grading the book so you could see what they do when they grade the book, but
obviously it looks like they just thumbed through it real quick. Why what,
Emprez? Why don't you get certified and grade your own shit? Well,
we've talked about it
we've
before.
talked about it, yeah.
It's hard though. We got to order cases from China. They probably have the coronavirus. It's just the whole thing.
Just open the box and the coronavirus just.
Like season 4, episode 21 of The Simpsons.
Yep, I've seen that everywhere. But
I'm so curious now. Why? What?
yeah, I know. I'm waiting on pins
I'm
and
in
needles.
I'm in suspense. Fucking Cheeto fingers.
Are you wearing a Blake Shelton shirt?
Yeah.
Did you get it from your concert last night?
Yeah. What's not cool?
Yeah, what's not cool, bro? Come on, bro, not cool.
I'm over it now.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You lost me, bro.
So, yeah. You like it?
It's an interesting shirt, even though I'm not a Blake Shelton fan. But JG says it'd be worth it.
Fuck yeah, it'll be worth it. Oh,
No one would take us seriously, though.
fuck yeah, they would.
As a grading company? We'd be like PGX, like the black sheep of the...
Nah, we'd be between PGX and CBCS.
You have that much faith in us, huh?
Mm-hmm. A little bit worse than CBCS, but a little bit better than PGX.
I wish I could know if there was a God. You know what?
I'm going to say it right now, and there's not.
Yeah.
Imaginary guys in the sky just isn't a thing. Thanks a lot, Emprez. So,
We're talking about grading comic books, dude. That's what we're talking about right now.
what, Emprez, what the fuck are you talking about?
And Cheeto fingers. That's what we're talking about. You can
I wish I know if there was a God.
you can ponder. Look, dude, you can ponder the meaning of life, and if there's a God, and you know, everyone's got their own beliefs. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that yours are wrong. But if you might want to go find someone else that could tell you if it's a God, because this isn't the right place for that. Heard you guys were looking for some muscle and some kind of podcast rumble. Yeah.
We know you got our back, Mike.
No, Mike. Let's talk about how Mike left us with blue balls last weekend. I was gonna finally get Kyle to sing karaoke if Mike would have showed up, but he didn't want to show up.
I was so fucking close,
Yeah.
but yet so far away. I got closer in my life to singing karaoke than I ever in my life. I got up and I walked over to the karaoke book.
Got up and checking the book is the closest you've ever been in your life.
Yep, I looked at the songs, saw that there was stuff in there. And then I fucking
Michael Stout says I'll rip up some throw pillows.
Sweet.
Michael M. Perez says I feel like I'm wasting time looking for God.
I agree with you.
Yeah, dude. That's all on you, man.
Stop bringing down our show.
Yeah, it's all right.
So every week we go there, and Nubia was like, she was like, you have to sing. And I'm like, right now, like my favorite band right now for some reason is Volbeat. Fucking love them right now. And I was like, oh, if there's Volbeat in there, I'll sing Volbeat, because I was saying it for the fact that I thought there ain't fucking Volbeat in there. So Matt and I stroll over to the fucking book. We're thumbing through it. I was like, Jesus Christ, fucking Volbeat's in here. And I was like, fuck, man. So now I'm learning that song because I'm going to have to sing karaoke to it. Because I have to keep my word.
What word? Mike never showed up.
I promised Nubia, though, if there was Volbeat in that book, I would sing it.
Oh. Yeah,
So I have
that one.
You're
on your own on that one, bud.
I have to honor my word.
You're on your own there, pal. Pally.
Yeah, pal. Yeah,
Yeah, pally.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, pally. Couch some crunchers. Stop looking at a toad. Put it down and fuck away. I agree. Put the toad down, bro. If you want to look, you're asking the wrong two guys about seeing God. if you head on over to CBSI presents the Hot 10 on YouTube, there's a guy there that can talk to you about seeing God. He might be back before we end the show. I don't know, but he's the one that talked to you about seeing God. We're the two wrong guys to talk to about that.
Did you hear that?
Yes, your kid.
No, that's some guy in my front yard.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Do you have him on camera?
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Pull up your camera.
Some weird dude just singing in my front yard. Let's see. But yes, JG, that's the
all
dude
right,
that
bro.
sounds like Cher.
Emprez.
What do you say now? You're blocked.
La la la
Just joking.
Muhammad. Yeah, dude, bro. Moderator, Michael, put that dude in timeout. Send him to the corner, Michael. Do your job. We don't have our other moderator here, but the moderator needs to take care of that. Put that boy.
He's getting a tattoo.
Yeah, put that boy in timeout.
We should start our own grading company.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Heterosexual grading.
Dildo podcast grading. Thank
It's
you.
a message deleted. Oh,
Thank you, Michael. Michael
thank
Scott.
you.
Put him in timeout. See you in 300 seconds, homie. Maybe you can find God in 300 seconds. But what? So did you find the guy standing in your front yard?
No, there's no one there. He must have walked by.
Yours doesn't capture emotion.
Yeah.
Let
Let me double check it.
thought that was your kid. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
What the fuck?
What the fuck is that?
Oh, there they are. I think that's them.
She like quickly download it and play it. Grizzle Geek says, I like Cheetos. I can grade comics.
I like Cheetos. Cheetos are good.
Cheetos are good.
They really are.
What else? Let's see.
What's next? What do we got next? Oh yeah, you wanted to talk about Mallrats. Fly, fat ass fly.
Fat ass fly. Yes. So let's do our movie review. Mallrats, Kevin Smith's cult classic. Mallrats. Anybody in the chat want to come on and talk Mallrats with us? Let us know and we'll invite you on the show. We'll send you the link. We'll send you some links. The only thing I request is that 1, you actually know how to talk. 2, you don't just sit there like a statue. And 3, you don't make everyone else feel awkward while you're on. Well, I mean, 3's okay, but you don't make me and Kyle feel awkward while we're on. You got to at least do something. You can't just come on and sit like a statue. So if you want to talk Mallrats with us, let us know, and we'll send you the chat. Unless your name is Emprez, then you can just continue to sit in timeout and not type anything. So
he can't type right now?
No, he can't. He's on timeout for 300 seconds.
300 seconds.
What'd you get? 300 seconds.
So I need to go sit in the corner and think about what you did.
He's got to get his priorities straight.
He's trying.
Contemplate your life choices and tell me if there's a God after you're off timeout.
Everybody's out. I guess we'll just talk about Mallrats.
Nobody wants to talk about Mallrats. Nobody wants to talk about Mallrats. Solo Kid says, looks like I'm out. Chad says, looks like I'm out. Well, I'm just saying. If you could come on and talk, you're good. It's going to come on and sit there like a statue. You just go play hide and go fuck yourself. Yeah, there you go.
So why don't you get us started on Clerks or Mallrats? Nobody's seen this
Clerks.
new movie.
Nobody has seen this classic tale of greatness. So, Mallrats, the indie classic by director Kevin Smith.
Writer-director
Kevin Smith. No, I said you can make. You don't need. No, chat. I said you can't make me and Kyle feel awkward. You can make anyone else feel awkward you want. But The make people feel awkward rule does it. Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you want to make people feel awkward, that's
Go for it.
You can. I'm not gonna stop you, but I just don't want you making Kyle feel awkward. He's a sensitive soul.
I am
He goes to
I'm a
Blake
snowflake.
Shelton concerts for God's sakes.
It was pretty fun though. It was a good time.
He goes to Blake Shelton for God's sakes, people.
I had pretty good seats for it too.
That's good. I'm glad.
Me and Blake hung out. We were buddies.
Did you text him while he was on stage?
And he stopped the show so they could say, "Sup, dog?"
Yeah. Sup, dog? And he tossed.
Dude,
his
there was
hat.
so like, whenever I buy seats to a concert, I always buy aisle seats, like seats 1 and 2, or seats like, if it's like, if the row is like 20, I'll buy 19 and 20 or 1 and 2. I don't like to sit in the middle.
Yeah.
So we were like row 16 and we had like seats 1 and 2. So we're sitting there and we're enjoying the show. That's great. Yeehaw, bitches. And
Yes, Grizzle Geek, you can make Kyle feel awkward.
it takes a lot. You really got to put work into it. But I was sitting there and I wasn't sitting, I was standing because I was fucking rocking out. And I see 2 security guards. I see this old Mexican lady and this old white dude, and then 3 more security guards behind them. And I'm like, and I see this, she's fucking flaring her arms and she's fucking screaming and yelling. And I'm like, all right, my attention is now somewhere else. So she keeps turning around and trying to walk the other way. And the security keeps grabbing her and facing her back forward and kind of nudging her to the exit. And she's screaming. She gets by me and she's like, "Oh, these fucking white people." I'm going back to my seat. And the dude's like, no, honey.
You're
Let's
done.
just go.
You're out of here.
Yeah, we're going. And security's like, you can't go back to your seat. We're escorting you out. I'm going back to my seat. All these white people everywhere. She was mad. I don't know what this old ass lady possibly could have done to get kicked out of a fucking Blake Shelton concert. But whatever she did,
I think her
she
borderline awkward racism is enough to.
She did it though. It was great.
Who invited Joe Matt? We're already starting with awkward. You're already on the awkward scale, Chad.
I'm just gonna sit here and look.
You're already making it awkward.
Matthew, have you found God?
No, I haven't.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah.
I'm here to talk to you about your Lord and Savior, Mr. Toad Liquor.
Licking toads.
Licking toads. I don't know.
That's how he can find God. He can find God that way.
He's finding something.
Brian will help him find God.
Yeah.
right.
Well, good to see you guys. God, I can't. Mallrats. I can't honestly tell you the last time I saw Mallrats. It's been a long goddamn time.
It's a good movie.
Comes on to talk about Mallrats. Can't remember Mallrats.
I know a guy that does that on Couch Crunchers.
Yeah. Is his name Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what'd you think of that movie? Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So Mallrats.
No, that was
Cult
wasn't
classic.
that? I mean, you got your classic. Wasn't Shannon Doherty in that? I
She
believe?
was.
Brenda.
And
Dick.
Yeah.
Brenda. Yeah, that I remember. I loved it. I loved it. I don't know. I'm kind of a Kevin Smith fan. I like his stuff just because
Who
it's
isn't?
awkward and
I'll be right
unique and kind of goofy. I mean, but what's your take? You like Kevin, don't you?
I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. Mallrats is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah. Well, it was so. I mean, because it came out. Let me see. It came out after Clerks, and then
Yeah, it
Was
was. It was his second movie after Clerks.
something about
Chasing Amy. Chasing Amy.
Amy. That's it.
hmm
and then Mallrats, right?
I can't remember how that timeline works. I thought Mallrats came out and then Chasing Amy.
You might be right. You might be right.
I think
That might be
Chasing
how
Amy is his third movie. And I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan, and I should know that. Yeah, I think Chasing Amy is his third movie. So, yes, Mallrats came out in 95. Chasing Amy was 97. And then, so, yeah, it's Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, then Dogma. But, yeah, I mean, it gave you some...
honestly, in my opinion, Dogma's the best out of all of them. But his early run of like, hey, look, we can make a great movie with no fucking budget. Like, he literally, to make Clerks, he maxed out credit cards, you know, and then...
He sold his comic books.
Yeah, he sold his comic book
and that
collection.
too. Yeah, he sold a crap ton of comics too, and so to be able to come out and make stuff like Clerks and Chasing Amy and Mallrats, and I mean, what a classic. Just what an innovative new indie style that came out and put pop culture, you know, on the main screen. And invited the world into an otherwise unknown, I don't want to call it a universe, but an unknown genre at the time. I mean, we all had our, you know, comic shops and stuff we hid out in and malls and you know, whatever. But until he made it, you know, cinematic, the rest of the world doesn't find it real.
Well, I think one thing Mallrats does is I think it does a good job of breaking down those stereotype lines that, you know, just because you're a nerd and like comics doesn't mean that you don't have regular friends of different. Shit. Yeah, that you can't start some shit, or you don't have regular friends of different classes or into different things. Like, look at Brody and TS. TS isn't into comics, Brody is, and they're still able to function and have a friendship, and there's not that like stereotypical jock nerd.
Well, if it isn't my neighbor.
Yeah.
Well, and it's so true to life too, because I mean, like, you guys have friends that have other,
speak for yourself.
You
I don't
know,
have
goofy.
friends.
You have other friends that have goofy, you know, podcasts and Funko collections, and
yeah, we do.
I mean, that's not cool.
Yeah, no.
So that you're not collecting Apatosaurus Rexes. That's good.
Right.
Are you gonna go up someday and get adult toys, or are you gonna play with Funkos forever?
Oh, no.
You know what Mallrats reminds me of? Every time I watch it, this memory pops in my head. So, my buddy Chuck, the guy with the awesome comics, when we were teenagers, he lived with his then girlfriend and her mom in an apartment down the street from us. And he would always go out and party with us and leave, and what she would do to get him to stay there, she'd be like, Chuck, I need to see you in the bathroom. And you were like, fuck, there goes, this is going to be 2 hours of my life I'm not going to be able to get back. Because she would go in there and fight with him because she didn't want him to leave. And I had showed up. We were gonna go party, and I was fucking fucked. Barely could think, couldn't see straight, wasn't even close to having a conversation with somebody. It was fucked. So I showed up so that we could leave and go do our thing. And she's like, Chuck, I need to see you in the bathroom for a minute. And I was like, fuck. I'm stuck here for 2 hours. I sit down, and Chuck throws me the remote, and he's like, turn something on. I'll be out as soon as I can. I'm like, all right. And I turned on Mallrats, and I'm fucked. I mean, beyond belief. Her mom comes and sits down and is talking to me, and I'm watching Mallrats, barely like comprehending what's going on. She's talking to me, and I'm looking at her, and her face is going like, Like it's like waving and like shit. I'm like, and she's asking me about my day and shit, and I keep turning back and watching Mallrats. And then she'd ask me another question, and I'd look at her again. Fucking the wavy fucking face and shit going on. I'm like, what the fuck is good? And I sat there and I watched the entire movie of Mallrats like that. Just sitting on, like, melted into the couch, partly tripping out, like, I need to get out of here and leave right now because I can't handle this. I need to leave. And the other half is me like, I can't get up and leave. What the fuck is going on? I'm just going to keep watching Mallrats. Like, this whole internal struggle of wanting to leave but not wanting to leave is going on in my brain. As I'm fucking having this conversation with my buddy's girlfriend's mom about my day. How's your day? You don't even understand right now. Stink bomb. That's every time I watch Mallrats, that whole thing always pops in my head. So shout outs to that.
Yes, it gave us the greatness that it was the stink palm.
When
would you like
when
a
you were
chocolate
talking
pretzel?
about that, it reminds me of obviously I quit drinking and doing drugs and shit,
Me
like
too.
10 years ago. But the only movie I ever saw that really depicted what you were talking about is in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas when they walk into the Vegas and all of a sudden what's her face, the mom from or the grandma from Who's the Boss is sitting behind that counter, and all of a sudden her face just starts spinning and twirling, and he's like, whoa. It's the best, most realistic depiction of all
Dick
that
pic.
years of fucking eating acid I could ever.
All those years of eating ass.
If you've never eaten acid, then
acid.
Just go watch that scene, and that is the most realistic. like if you don't think that your mind can handle that, then just don't do it. Don't lick the toad.
Don't lick the toad.
When he's checking into hell or into the hall. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, when he's getting into the hotel there, I can't remember which hotel it is either. In Vegas. God,
I love it when it's fucking there's all the water, dude, and he's wearing the Bautista, I think it's Bautista Hotels watching we're wearing those T-Rex dinosaur pants. Dude, it's so fucking funny. They're all fucked up. It's just great.
Oh, the hotel.
That but also that book. That movie followed the book closer than any movie I've ever seen out of a book adaptation ever. Like, it's almost word for word. That was a great book. Great movie.
What?
Nothing. Dude, I think the best part of Mallrats, dude, is he takes his sock off to put fucking quarters in it.
He's swinging it.
The kid fucking scrolls the truck out. He ends up with a fucking sock full of quarters.
Yeah. LaFleurs.
Oh man, nothing's better than the dirt mall though.
Mm-hmm. The three-nippled fortune teller.
Focus.
Now
She said focus.
Wasn't he gonna make a Mallrats 2? He did make a Mallrats.
It was in the process of being put together.
Well, I think he made it and he pitched it, and no one wanted it, and then he tried to do it as a TV show, but nobody picked it up. And then now he's going, after the success of Jay and Silent Bob reboot, he's going back and he's doing Clerks 3 and Mallrats again.
It's a schooner.
Yeah.
I just always
A
thought
schooner is a sailboat.
You see that guy over there? That's the guy in a suit.
because see, I grew up in Fort Collins, Colorado, and we had the Foothills Fashion Mall, right? And we literally lived that movie. I mean, we went to the mall, we hung out, there was a record shop, blah, blah, blah. We very much real life lived that movie, which was part of what made that movie so great. And I just always wanted to see the cliche Tiffany like sing I Think We're Alone Now, like show up in that movie. Just like the full breakdown, because it's so 1980s original. Like it really struck home with me because it was so realistic to how I grew up, which was what made the movie great. But in that era and that time, Tiffany did a song, I Think We're Alone Now.
I think we're alone now.
In that video, which
You
used to
dumb
play on
You
this
dumb
channel called
bastard. It's a
MTV
sailboat, not a
before they played, other stupid shit. They actually played videos. And her video, she's in a mall dancing around the whole time. So it just always, I don't know why my brain thought it, but I always was just. Now, isn't there a scene in there where they're talking about Tiffany singing in the fucking mall?
I don't think so. I don't remember that.
Mm-mm.
I could have swore that there was a scene in there. Like I said, it's been forever, where they're sitting and talking about Tiffany.
Nothing worse
Singing
than a
in the
woman
mall.
scorned for Sega.
I like to do it somewhere uncomfortable, like in the back of a Volkswagen.
Yep, give you that classic line. And I think that's one of the allures of Kevin Smith is that in these movies is that he did this with his friends and his own dime and his friends.
You dumb bastards.
And he did it, and like just the amount of talent he's able to get in his movies. You're making those movies
on the escalator again.
He's making these movies knowing that people make these movies knowing that they're probably not going to be Oscar worthy or blockbusters, but he's gotten George Carlin, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, like Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill. He's gotten huge names.
That's how Ben Affleck and Matt Damon got their start was through Kevin Smith. I mean, they wouldn't be. There's no Goodwill.
There's no what?
I've never seen Goodwill. Huh? I never seen that.
I've never seen that movie either.
It's Matt. You guys are full of crap.
Say, would you like a chocolate covered pretzel?
It's.
I mean, Michael Rooker, even Michael Rooker.
He wasn't super famous then.
No.
Then though.
Well, I mean, he was in. I mean, people knew him more for Days of Thunder. Yeah, he wasn't super famous for his role in that movie, but because I think he was in Days of Thunder still around the same time.
So if it isn't my neighbor,
I still like.
I wish they would have kept that part in there, the part that leads up to. So if it isn't my neighbor, I wish they would have somehow incorporated that. What for the reason he says that?
Yeah.
Because he calls the news to the dude's house and fucking he says he's his neighbor. Like that whole part is hilarious. I'm so bummed that like a scene like that was actually cut out.
I still love the run-in we had with Michael Rooker at a convention, and Kellen, the roommate, turned around and he walked past us, and Kellen turned around and yelled, "Hey Rooker, you want a chocolate covered pretzel?" And Michael Rooker fucking flipped him off and kissed his middle finger. It's fucking fantastic.
Shit is awesome.
But
you got to get that on a video clip. Man.
Yeah,
there's
Whoopi. What the fuck is Whoopi?
Yeah, we'll make Whoopi. I love the whole the whole dating game show and that fashionable male. It is. It's like
that's not what it's called.
Yeah, it is. It's called Fashionable Male.
That's what the store is called.
Yeah, the dude from Fashionable Male.
You said you did the show.
No, the game show. I can't remember what the game show is called, but the store in there is Fashionable Male. But that was
no ice.
That was the cool thing in to be a teenager in the 90s was hanging out at the mall. Like that's what if you had a
That's
huge
what I
mall
did.
around you, that's what everyone did.
I lived walking distance from a mall. I went there all the time. I would beg people, like, I want to go to the mall. Come on, let's go to the mall. It's fucking. I used to take buses to other malls.
Goddamn Mallrats.
Dude, it was awesome.
Well, and we had two malls. So we had the big mall that we always conjugated to, during off periods of ditching school, et cetera, but we also had the small mall, which is what we called it, but it was the University Mall down on College, and it had an arcade in there called Aladdin's Castle, and then right next to it was the all-announced comic book store, and they had everything. I mean, they had concert shirts and giant, tapestries and your daily run of comic books and all that, and it was called The Stand, and that's where I literally got my hook on comic books and geekdom of life, and right there in that mall, with playing video games at Aladdin's Castle and hanging out at The Stand and holding the TMNT #1, reading it, going, this is goofy as hell,
And I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to put it back.
I did absolutely, as a kid, held it first print and put it back on the shelf and went, I don't want that, or I'd like to have that, but I was a kid and I didn't have the money, I didn't have the and I put it back up there because back then there was there was a lot of open book policies where you could go in and read and hang out and talk to the clerk and keep him occupied and make new friends. Put it back on the shelf, walked away. I'll get it someday. Never
Never will.
Yes, I believe Michael Stott is true. It was Truth or Date. Is the name of the game show in the movie. Finger cuffs. Fucking the fat ass fly when he crashes into the dressing room and she's getting changed.
Fly, fat ass, fly.
Stan Lee's very first cameo. Very first cameo for Stan Lee was Mallrats. Right. So Mallrats is an iconic movie.
Do you think that he paid Stan to do that, or do you think Stan did that as a favor, or
no? Stan got money.
Yeah, I'm sure Stan got money.
Yeah, but was it like a ton of money? Was it a little bit of money? Was it? I mean, there had to be more than just, hey, Stan, we'll give you some money. Will you come on?
Google it, Matt.
How much money did Stan Lee make for Mallrats? Okay.
There you go. How about that?
Like, I'll give you 25 grand and rub your bunions or fucking, something.
That guy's really obsessed with superhero private parts.
Fuck, I forgot about that. I gotta watch that again.
It's not worth it, Steve Dave.
Tell him, Steve Dave. Nothing in here states how much he made for that movie.
Okay, when was the last time that you saw Mallrats?
About a week ago.
About a month ago.
Damn.
You fucking slacker.
Did you sit down and be like, all right, I'm going to peruse the movie on my DVD collection over here and put it in and watch it? Or were you like channel surfing and fucking, fuck Mallrats?
No,
it was starting on like Showtime.
I physically put in the DVD and watched it.
Damn. That's impressive.
It's awesome. I do the same thing with Dog. I'm surprised my Dogma DVD doesn't have like laser holes burned through it for as much as I used to watch that movie. Because forever that was my favorite Kevin Smith movie for a while.
Oh yeah, I love Dogma, man. That's probably my favorite.
The humor in that one is awesome.
it's so on point, and he got so many good big names. The casting in it was perfect. He had so many little cliches. He had Buddy Christ, and having George Carlin come out and sell the Buddy Christ as a religious authoritative figure was, I mean, that's just gold. You can't. That's just gold.
It is.
Well, I still like that.
Morissette.
Yeah, and Alanis Morissette being God, and that's still even a running thing in Jay and Silent Bob reboot. They reference Alanis Morissette looking like God several times. And
what are you going to do? Hit
like
me with that fish?
Yeah. But it's, I mean, his movies are...
It's usually long, Rufus, but it's cold out. You didn't say God bless you.
Yep.
Worse, Wisconsin. They get banned to Wisconsin. That's so funny.
I even like the fact that Matt Damon is in reboot and can makes a pun out of it, where he gets sent back and he's got his mind erased, and then he's got a reborn identity. So,
I always loved when they walked into what the hell is the Marty Moose or Mickey Moose or whatever, and he starts shooting up the boardroom. I just thought that was hilarious. The way they played that out was just...
You put your father in a second-rate nursing home for a new Persian rug.
He's built such a deep universe, though. Like, there's so much you could untap potential still in the View Askew universe that doesn't revolve around Jay and Silent Bob, and that's already in. He could do it on some of these other characters that are there too.
No, he can't.
You don't. I definitely think he could.
I don't know why. I guess I don't understand why more mainstream movie people have not picked up on. I mean, sure, you're not making the next Titanic. You're not making the fucking next whatever, but there is a huge following and outcry for more Kevin Smith. It's not like you're dumping $400 million out for a fucking film either. I don't understand why they're not more eager and more happy to be like, oh, you're Kevin Smith. Here's, 10 million, 20 million, and stay in that genre and do what you do and make the jokes and make the funnies, and here you go. Like, we know we're going to end up making 30, 40 million back. So, here's 10, here's 20.
Because then you get stuff like Cop Out and Tusk and Yoga Hosers.
But he didn't write Cop Out, did he? I thought he just directed it.
He directed Cop Out. He did not write Cop Out, but he did direct Cop Out. That was his first big studio made movie where he was just the director. But like Zack and Miri is another one of his movies that is one of my absolute favorites. I think Zack and Miri Make a Porno is a hilarious movie.
Oh, it's classic.
That one kind of flies under the radar too.
It's Miri.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Such a funny movie.
Seth Rogen's good in it. Justin Long is one of it's fantastic in his movies too. Like just the
I need a coffee black. Can't you see I'm talking white?
Yeah. Just the caliber of actors he gets in his movies is fantastic.
They're not all going to be gold. You're not going to hit you're not going to hit a home run every time. But no other fucking George Lucas doesn't even do that. Steven Spielberg doesn't do that. Giving him the money and giving him the chance. That's
what Steven Spielberg movie bombed?
Oh, geez, where do we start? He's had a bunch that have bombed.
Like what?
Close Encounters of the Third Kind did not do well.
It was a good movie though.
And they made their money back, but just barely. And it took 30, 40 years. It took a long time for that movie to actually produce.
Yes, Tim, Red State was a good movie. You are correct.
there was quite a few movies that
Didn't he make War Horse? Wasn't that him?
I think you're right. I think he did. I think you're correct.
Not all Spielberg films are winners. But
what was the other one that bombed? That huge one that was. I actually kind of enjoyed it. But Super 8, was that it with the big?
No,
spider
Super 8 was J.J.
alien?
Abrams.
Yeah, that was J.J. Abrams.
No, Spielberg had one that was similar to that he did that just absolutely bombed.
I know J.J. Abrams was Super 8.
Google it. Spielberg movies that bombed. Don't sigh at Googling. The fuck? I have to Google.
Yeah, I did.
Somebody wants to hear verified facts.
So, all right. So, ranked Spielberg films. So, ranked from worst to best. All right. So, coming in last, Lost World, Jurassic Park. That was
Good
Jurassic
movie, though.
Park 2.
It didn't bomb.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
The movie didn't bomb, though. It didn't bomb.
It wasn't great though.
But it didn't bomb.
Munch.
We're talking about movies that bombed.
These are his worst. Spielberg's ranked from worst to best. So you want actual bombed.
I want ones that bombed in the theater. See, the Crystal Skull didn't bomb. It was a hit movie. It just wasn't as good as his other movies.
I don't know that it didn't bomb in the theater. I think it bombed in the theater. I think they lost a shit ton of money on that movie. Regardless, and I'm trying to take away, like, I kind of found the movie somewhat enjoyable. Now I'm trying to take myself out of that belief scenario. I'm just trying to go on. They gave him $84 million or whatever ungodly fucking number it was.
The budget for the Crystal Skull was $185 million. It made $786 million. I don't think that's a bomb. I don't think it bombed.
Well, it did better than I thought.
I'm trying to. So
I'm just saying. This is my point. I don't think a Spielberg movie is actually truly bombed in a theater.
yes. So his movie, The BFG, was a flop.
The Big Friendly Giant.
Yes.
I forgot that was his.
Big Friendly Giant opened with a 19.6 million, shaped to be one of the biggest flops for Spielberg's career, rivaling 1941, his bloated World War II comedy.
That shit's funny. That's Belushi.
Yeah, 1941 was Spielberg?
Yep.
So the budget for that was $140 million, and that box office made $183 million.
For what? For BFG?
Yep.
Yeah, but they're saying that's Spielberg's biggest flop is BFG.
And it still did good.
But if we're talking Spielberg, so ranked.
I'm just saying that didn't flop though. It didn't bomb. It was actually, compared to movies that he's made, it wasn't a good one. But for box office numbers, it did good.
So
what about Ready Player One? Didn't that one?
That was Spielberg too.
In the theater.
It didn't bomb. That one didn't bomb either.
No,
though.
that one didn't. Yeah,
that one did.
He made a ton of money after it came out on video and all that, but the first opening weekend, it did bad. It did make it back.
So the budget for Ready Player One was $155 million. The box office did $589 million.
The movie you're thinking
didn't barely
about,
make its money back.
The movie you were thinking about, Chad, with the walking aliens, War of the Worlds. He did the War of the Worlds remake with Tom Cruise.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I thought that was
Nope, he did the War of the Worlds. He did Minority Report.
That was an awesome movie.
You liked Minority Report.
Yeah, it's a good movie. So War of the Worlds did 132 million. The box office numbers are 603 million.
That was a good movie. I loved War of the Worlds. I thought they did a good
I'm
job.
telling
on
you,
it.
like, even though you're saying this movie's bomb, they don't bomb.
They Spielberg bomb. They do great, but they're still a bomb in Spielberg numbers.
So Jaws is his #1 movie, followed by Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and then Schindler's List at 3 and E.T. at 4.
Didn't you say Close Encounters took 30 years to make your money back?
Yeah, it took forever.
It's his second best movie.
Huh. I don't never even. That's not what I thought at all.
Followed by Raiders at 5, Duel at 6, Saving Private Ryan 7, Jurassic Park at 8, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom 9, and Empire of the Sun at 10.
His movies don't bomb. That's a cool movie.
This has the worst
one was
movie he's
Empire
ever
of the
made is
Sun?
being Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's not a bomb, but it's on Spielberg's and his filmography. They're saying that's his worst movie ever made.
Yeah, but when we talk about bombs,
It did
we
worse
say
than
it bombs.
BFG?
When we talk about bombs, we're talking about
Box
not doing good in the
office.
theater.
Yeah.
And that movie did awesome in the box office. That's my point.
One movie I did not know Spielberg created was Amistad. I did not know that was Spielberg. But my favorite Spielberg movie of all time has got to be
Goonies.
Hook. Spielberg I don't think Spielberg did Goonies.
No?
Did you say Goonies? Because Goonies isn't on any of these
I don't
lists.
think it did.
Nope, it was Richard Donner.
Yeah.
And Christopher Columbus did the screenplay. My bad.
Donner, Party of Two.
Goonies.
That's crazy. The same dude that did fucking Home
Spielberg
Alone
wrote
did-
on it too, though. He was a writer on Goonies, so he was part of it. So you are partially correct. Good
In your
job.
fucking faces.
Good job.
Right here, I just have to say Spielberg gave us another classic with this movie.
What movie?
Oh, it's written by Steven Spielberg and Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
Dope. Nice, dude.
Well,
See?
and then he had that super tanker. What was that? Fucking Back to the Future. That didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? That
That movie
goddamn Back to
bombed.
the Future movie.
Did
Did you
movie
see
E.T. did suck too.
they consider that they've been approached several times to remake that movie, and the creators won't remake it because they say it's a perfect movie.
They're talking
Did
right
you
now that
see-
Tom Holland's going to be playing fucking Marty McFly.
Right,
Did
but
you see Tom Holland and,
they did
and
that
Robert
video?
Downey Jr.
Yeah,
dressed
they
up
did
as
that
Doc
video.
and-
But Tom Holland's is actually in talk for Back to the Future.
well, I read an article. Cue my Lance. I read an article where they said that he was talked to about remaking it, but they've shot it down, and he said, I don't think I want to remake it because it's considered a perfect film. So
yeah, I knew the original guy that wouldn't do it, that originally did it, said he wouldn't redo it.
yeah,
I don't blame him. I wouldn't touch it either. But
and there was a documentary. There was a documentary on the
if I
film.
was
Sorry, Chad, you keep cutting out, so I thought you were
No,
stopped.
go
Go
for
ahead.
it.
I was gonna say there's a documentary on the film where the creators of the original movie said no one will recreate this movie as long as we're alive. So it probably won't be until both of them are dead before you ever get a remake of Back to the Future.
So 6 days ago, there's a rumor buzzing that the talks of reboot the time-traveling trilogy was underway, and the British actor Tom Holland was considered to play Marty McFly.
Yeah, rumors because that video came out, but Chandler, you're in your couch crunchers.
I can't think after.
So
after seeing
here's
that picture of
here's all the
those two-
rumors.
Oh,
Here's
so
your
good.
rumors, Matt. Tom Holland confirmed to BBC Radio 1 that yes, there is talk for the movie to be remade.
They won't. It'll never get remade. it will. The original creators won't allow the movie to be remade.
They could still figure it
I
out.
don't blame them.
I bet you they don't actually own as much of it as they think.
Because it's a perfect movie.
It is badass.
Would a remake even work today, though? With the way how Avengers have changed time travel and all that, would it even? I guess Bill and Ted will be the Bill and Ted Face the Music.
You cannot tell me that
sticker
Marvel has fucked up time travel for other movies.
Well, they've changed the way that you perceive time travel, though.
Not me.
You still think that a Back to the Future remake could work today?
Fuck yeah.
I don't. But each
Why?
their own. I just think because of the way you view time travel now, and I think a lot of
I don't view time travel the way Marvel did it. I thought they did it was stupid.
you think that instead of your past becoming your future, and this is your present, that if you go back in time and meet yourself, it's still gonna fuck up the timeline.
It happened to Back to the Future.
Back to the Future was bullshit.
Oh yeah, and the Avengers is the ones that figured it out. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, that's a more logical thinking of time
I
travel.
figured-
We've had this argument before, Kyle.
What do you mean that's a more
I
logical?
figured that shit out
That's
years
not-
ago, licking toads.
Yep, there you go.
That is not a more logical way of time travel. Is the way they time traveled.
Their theory
licking
of time
toads is
travel.
the only time travel.
What?
Their theory of time
Licking
travel.
toads.
Yeah, licking toads.
That's the only way to time travel. Lick a toad.
So shrinking down to the quantum realm is the way to time travel.
No. I'm not saying that's the way that their theory on time travel, where your past becomes your present and your present becomes your past when you go back in time, is a more logical sense of time travel than the way it is going back. And if you're meeting your past self or doing something then is going to drastically alter your future.
Of course it would. How could it not?
Because when you go back in time, that is now your
Hey,
future.
Biff, here's a book so that you can win everything for the next 30 years.
Here's another theory about that.
It's not going to change my life at all.
You go back
No,
in time
fuck
to the
that.
50s, money is so different. People are going to look at you like you're counterfeiting. If you go back, if you were to go back in time today and you tried to place a bet with today's money, they're going to look at you like it's counterfeit.
That's why you do it like they did in fucking Back to the Future. You have somebody from that time do it.
Well, not only that, but there's a lot of other movies where they actually have gone and bought old bills, and then when they go back in time, they use old bills.
Well, that's what Doc had.
Fucking
Remember in Back to
looper.
the Future 2, he opened up his briefcase and it had different money from different times
Yeah.
so that he could adapt to wherever he was. They thought about it in Back to the Future.
Mhm. I just
What?
I still
They
don't
did
think the
that.
remake works.
What?
I just say I don't think the remake works because it doesn't need to be remade because it's a perfect movie.
No, you said
I
because
agree.
Marvel screwed it up.
No, I
Mar-
said you don't think that the way Marvel has addressed time travel would change your view on Back to the Future as
No,
far as the time travel goes.
because Back to the Future is a different universe. They travel back to time differently. Things happen differently.
Okay.
Just because goddamn Robert Downey Jr. goes back in time a certain way doesn't mean it fucks it up for everybody else.
Fucks it up for everyone else.
No, that's an incorrect statement. It doesn't even make sense. That's like saying The Walking Dead can't be here because fucking Romero's pictures were better. So that we can't have that.
Well, you wouldn't have I don't think you'd have The Walking Dead if it wasn't for Romero.
Beep.
All I know is Walking Dead has been over for a long
It's
time.
done.
If they don't bring in necrophilia, there is absolutely no reason to watch that stupid show.
Tim
I
says
don't
I
know.
think time travel works off Terminator rules. You go back in time, but you have to be butt ass naked.
Since it didn't happen in the Marvel universe, it can't happen anywhere.
Oh, here we go.
So it's fuck. Everybody's fucked now. There can be no
Everybody's
other
fucked.
movies made because it has to be gone through by Marvel first.
Well,
You can't do that. It didn't. They did it different in Marvel. Fuck. Now I can't make that movie.
here's
Shit.
here's part
Sorry,
of
Steven
what
Spielberg.
here's part of what I think makes that true in that statement somewhat. And I get the premise. It's not that it's the end all be all law. If you look at all the other movies like God, what was that? I hated the Interstellar. Fuck, that movie was stupid. I do not need, like, I get it. There's a lot of people who aren't in the nerddom. They're not in Geekland. They're not into that. I have spent a good portion of my life learning and hearing about all the movies and all the space-time continuum and time lapse and all of that, and how different planets have different timelines and blah, blah, blah. I don't need a 2.5 to 3 hour movie explaining fucking Interstellar was the dumbest fucking movie in the world. But on the basis of that premise that different size, different place is going to have a different timeline would feasibly make the Avengers, hey, we're smaller, we have a different timeline, totally applicable. And
For the Marvel universe.
For
not
the
for other
space-time continuum universe.
I'm just saying, when you think about it, the way Marvel explains time travel makes more sense than the Back to the Future way.
No, it doesn't.
Sure it does, because you're going back, and then your past becomes your present, because that's where you are, and your present becomes your past, because that's where you just left.
It's stupid.
So that way, meeting yourself isn't going to have any effect on your future, because once you go back, that is now your future, and your past is your past again.
I don't know about that.
No.
It's going to be the same time. It's not going to affect anything.
Flashpoint paradox. Two objects of the same matter cannot occupy the same space at the same time. It can't happen. It's just it can't. It just can't. The universe ends. So how you could go back in time and meet yourself? What do you shake your own hand? Can't happen.
No, you got to hide from yourself so the shock doesn't happen.
It's
give yourself
the
a knuckle
greatest
pound.
ever, in my opinion, greatest written example of that is when Homer, when was it, Treehouse of Horrors, goes back in time and sits on that fucking mosquito and comes back and he fucks up the whole future because he sat on one mosquito and everything's all jacked up, and so he keeps going back and forth, and finally he goes back with a bat and he just starts clubbing the shit out of everything and coughs on a dinosaur, and all the dinosaurs fall over, and finally he sits down and he says, "What of donuts?" And Marge is like, "They're plentiful," and then all the kids are like using their lizard tongues to eat, and he's like, close enough, fuck it, I'll accept it. You can't go back in time. And
but since Marvel did it different, I'm not going to write my movie anymore.
They don't need to remake Back to the Future, period. That's my point. That movie does not need to be remade, and they should not touch it. Leave it alone.
All movies should be remade.
Leave it alone.
I
wouldn't
don't
use the
think
DeLorean
they
this
should
time?
remake it either.
The car that they should go back is a Tesla.
Well, they're making a new DeLorean. They're coming out with a new Daimler Chrysler, or not Daimler. What is the name of that? Daimler Chrysler?
What? Michael
They're
Stout
making a
or
new
Grizzle Geek?
Mm-hmm.
a new DeLorean that's like, it looks super badass. Like it's a super hyper car and everything. It's a badass looking car.
If you go
But they're
back in
making
time
a
and
new
jerk your
DeLorean.
past self off, is that masturbation or homosexual experience?
It's masturbation because you're jerking yourself off. That's an easy one.
Yep.
But it's myself.
I love me.
I like how Mike said it. I love how sure each of you are about this, about time travel. Remember, we did a whole episode. It was like an hour and 45 minutes.
I don't want to get into this argument
time
again.
travel.
I don't want to get in this argument again.
I just don't,
beating that dead horse.
I just don't think Marvel should dictate other movies that are outside of the Marvel universe.
I'm saying they dictated the thought process on how time travel works.
They can have two different ways to time travel.
All right, my saga number 1 just showed up.
Like, what about the one movie where the dude sits in the chair? What the fuck is that movie called? You want to talk about where he time travels, but he sits in a chair and does it?
No.
He goes way into the future.
Oh, yeah, and he's got the big spinning machine behind him. It's like a big red disc and
Quantum Leap.
Fuck, what is
No, not Quantum Leap.
No, they actually get one of the chairs
it's called the Time Machine.
On Big Bang Theory. You're right, it is. It's Time Machine. On Big Bang Theory, when they get the big giant chair and I always wondered how they got it up the stairs, but whatever. The movie prop, but yeah.
There's good time travel movies out there.
What about Doctor Who?
Phone booth?
Doctor Who cares?
He's always flying around in his TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, that's why they're casting that show now, because Marvel time travel is different. So they figured out that theirs doesn't make sense, so they're canceling it. That's why the ratings are going down and plummeting.
There he is beating that dead horse.
Everybody's like,
There he is beating that dead horse.
It doesn't make any sense because Marvel did it differently.
Hold
there
on,
he is beating that dead horse.
I got a sword.
I'm allowed to beat it.
Do I have a bottle?
For one show, and then I can't do it the next show. That's the rule.
Do I have any champagne bottles?
Yeah,
I got a
gotta
fucking
savor some
sword.
shit.
I will savor the fuck out some champagne.
This is why we should just stop shows at the 1 hour mark, because then we get arguments about time travel.
No, that's a good conversation. You're just wrong.
Okay. I'm always wrong in your opinion, and that's fine.
Just about time travel. Just about Marvel ruling how other movies can do time travel.
Say rule. I just said changed the way you perceive time travel.
It didn't change the way I perceived time travel.
All right.
They perceived it stupid.
Okay. Just like Hot Tub Time Machine. Hot Tub Time Machine was different because they actually inhabited their younger bodies.
Oh, you can't talk shit on Tub Machine there.
That movie sucks now because Marvel did it.
Oh my god!
There he is beating that dead horse.
Yes, Tim. Now we have a dead horse beating paradox. You're right.
Hey, the joke is good for 24 hours. It's not being a dead horse until the next show because the 24-hour rule has been.
It's in effect.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've got the rest of this show to fucking time travel in.
Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Now play.
There he is beating that dead horse.
What is the Absolute Geek Podcast? Oh, it's just a podcast where dudes talk about dildos, dicks, and beating dead horses.
No,
Congratulations.
that's America.
America.
That's just pure America content.
Kyle, Matt sucks. Matt says something else. Absolute Geek audience.
What the fuck?
That's what Sam said.
Yes, that's true. That is what Sam said.
Don't act like you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I didn't for a minute until you said that's what Sam said, and then that's when I grasped it. I grabbed hold of it. But all right, so how many couch cushions? What's your rating on Mallrats? Let's circle back here.
Yikes.
I give Mallrats 4 couch cushions out of 5 for me.
I was going to give it 4 and 2 throw pillows.
There you go.
I'm going to give it 4 and an ottoman.
There you go. There's our review of Mallrats. Somehow time travel got thrown in there too, but we circle back. Max Scott beating dead horses with dildos. That's a fucking episode right there.
Oh, here it is. Lately, the jokes on Absolute Geek Podcast have taken the form of Kyle, Matt sucks and is going to do something humiliating. Matt, no, That's not true. Absolute Geek audience. Ha 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 ha. That's for the couch crunchers. That's what they think about us.
It's not true. We went into a movie discussion, and it broke into 6 different discussions where we broke it all down for the public to make them happy and appease their souls. And then we got back, and we even tossed out pillows and cushions and gave it the review.
There he is.
Now, where in the fuck are you gonna get champion content like that?
Look, it went from
Nowhere.
Kevin Smith and Mallrats in his career to somehow spanning to Steven Spielberg to going to time travel to making it all the way back to Mallrats. So it's come full circle.
We just presented more useless facts on a nerd level than any other podcast does in an entire week.
You're
We did it
welcome.
in what, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes? I mean, that's
Everyone
Let's
give it up
go.
for Kyle. Kyle's number one.
I'm number one. I'm number one.
You're number one. Number one in your heart.
Right here.
But how's that
Now we're-
supernatural trivia coming, Kyle?
Dude, it's coming badass. Supernatural, supernatural, supernatural.
Yeah. What about Star Wars?
Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars.
I'm gonna have to get with. I think we've got a basis, and I think what I need to do is I just need to take a few facts out of 4, a few facts out of 5. And don't get me wrong, it's not like this is hard for me. I probably don't have. I know I don't have to watch the movies to pull 5 facts of each movie out. But I don't want to pull out pull out.
You said pull out.
I did a couple times, and everyone was looking at me like they're interested in what I was saying. Star Wars, I don't know. The thing about Star Wars nerds is I think the questions have to be a certain caliber. You know what I mean?
Well, especially if you're doing 4, 5, and 6, you gotta get some deep tracks in there, and then you gotta have some of that. The 1 or 2 have to be kind of light and airy, and then you're gonna have to have the 3 deep tracks.
So the way I was gonna do it was
Star Wars nerd of all Star Wars nerds. I know more Star Wars nerd bullshit than any other fucking Star Wars nerd bullshit had ever bullshitted.
So the way I was going to do it, I was going to do an easy Star Wars question, a medium Star Wars question, a hard Star Wars question, and then 2 harder ones. So that what that does is it breaks if I do 5 easy questions, then the points are too close. But you got to do it so people stay interested because they feel like they know, and then you fucking hit them with the zinger that fucking nobody knows.
Yeah.
In this scene, Luke took how many steps to get to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, in supernatural, that's just going to be easy too. So easy.
Are you gonna do a pop vinyl trivia? Pop vinyl trivia?
No.
What
Nobody
about a fan casting for X-Men movie trivia? Taron Egerton is Wolverine. Shia LaBeouf
No.
for Moon Knight.
I don't even really want to watch Star Wars trivia.
1980s Glenn Danzig.
Oh shit! And I don't really want to
Easy.
watch. We'll do a
Perfect
trivia on
Wolverine.
when Oompa fucking witnessed that dude hitting him.
Yep.
Yanni McYonner face over there.
No, just hit me.
God, we're fucking boring you. Sorry.
Just hit me.
Sorry, man.
No, 1980s.
I'm sure if it was
Danzig,
Marvel, it'd
though,
be all right.
That was pre-punch.
Yeah, I just feel like if we were a legitimate pop culture podcast, maybe my interest would be there more.
Right?
We're just not legitimate. We just talk about dildos and Cockasaurus Rexes, man.
I see Cockasaurus Rex. He's right
Don't
there.
bring me down, Bruce.
Dildos and Cockasaurus Rexes for all. I mean, we've held quite a few people's attention for 2.5 hours just talking about dildos and. What'd you think of the green screen couch cruncher set?
I thought it was funny.
I honestly thought you were down at his house. Like I thought that I was like, what the fuck is going on? Is he really down in
Lance's house.
south of us, freaking sitting at his house and like, what the fuck is going? I even asked in the comments. I was like, is that green screen? Is that backdrop? How in the hell is he down there? That was pretty classic.
Good stuff.
Good. I do love me some couch crunchers though. Those guys
We had to razz them. We couldn't.
You gotta.
Now I want to see them come back and try and imitate our show.
That'd be
No, that's not gonna.
because I know what they're gonna do with me. I'm drunk. That's what they're gonna do. So
I want to see that. I want to see them imitate us.
they're gonna go, oh, you need to do this, and then Sam's gonna go, oh, I'm not gonna do that. That's humiliating. And then everyone else is gonna go,
I fucking did it though.
Clay.
I fucking did it. So
It's Brian Clay.
it's Brian.
Dude, you missed the most in-depth, insane conversation ever.
About
Everything.
about time
Everything
travel.
from Spielberg to time travel.
Somehow we started reviewing Mallrats, worked our way to Steven Spielberg's career, pivoted towards time travel, and wound up back at reviewing Mallrats.
nice.
With a pinch of leaving Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas
I forgot about Fear and Loathing.
and licking toads.
Yep.
Nice.
We had a guy. Did you have a guy come to your top 10 chat and ask you about finding God?
No.
Oh, I tried to send him your way. We had a dude in here asking, saying he wanted to know if God was real and wanted to find God. I told him you're the Sherpa for finding God if he wants to see God. I even sent him over to the top 10 and everything, and then he got put in timeout for just being a weirdo.
Then he left,
Then he left, probably, yeah,
I guess.
because he couldn't chat for 300 seconds. So that'll show him.
That's funny.
So how was the top 10?
It was good. It was good.
Oh yes,
There's
yes,
a long
and
one.
beating as Max Scotty so brilliantly pointed out, and beating dead horses with dildos.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We've
Yeah,
just
we
come
did
full
that.
circle, man. We've been around the world and back again.
I should show everybody Caucasaurus Rex because it's been a while.
So is that the
So-
guy that you guys deleted all the messages?
What?
Yeah, his messages got deleted because he got put in timeout.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
interesting.
Brian,
Yeah.
if you go back in time and you jerk yourself off, is that masturbation?
Or is it homosexuality?
Oh.
Like, is there two of me's?
Yes. You go back in time and find yourself, and then you jerk yourself off. Is it masturbation or
I think-
homosexuality?
I don't think you can do that because isn't there that paradox where if you go see yourself that you fuck it all up?
What did I say? Flashpoint paradox. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Besides, I am sexy. I would probably have to suck my own dick. When you're 12 years old, you're always like, if I was just missing a rib. Now you can just go back and suck your own
That says
dick.
so much about you,
Fuck
Chad.
it.
So much about you.
I
Hey,
am a
Conan.
sexy
So
man.
the argument
I'm a
is-
sexy man. I would suck
Marvel
my
did
own
it
dick.
different. Everybody else has to do it differently as
No,
well.
the argument was, do you think that with the way Marvel explained time travel, that it changes the way time travel is perceived versus like
No.
Back to the Future?
No, time travel is not perceived because time travel at this point is not
Not
happening.
real.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but
So because of the way Marvel
Everybody's
did time
gonna
travel, other movies have to follow that type of perception on the way they did time
the whole argument was we were talking about Back to the Future being remade. And I said it shouldn't because it's a perfect movie. And then I said, does a movie like Back to the Future work nowadays with the way Marvel has changed the way time travel is perceived?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, it's a fucking movie.
And that was my point: is other movies can time travel different.
Yeah.
Marvel doesn't dictate how.
There he
Time
is
goes
beating
again.
that dead horse.
Oh, it's okay for Matt to refresh it all, but God damn it when Kyle says it.
That's right.
Just because I don't have that horse button. But who do we have to thank for that?
That would be you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, loyal listeners.
There you go. Loyal listeners.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's hardcore. I don't want to get into time travel bullshit.
That's stupid. It's not even real.
I told them the only way to time travel is to lick toads.
Yes, it is.
That's all. That's
You're
all
100% right.
true. That's the only way it happens.
Yep.
Handfuls of acid and licking toads.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
Apparently
100% correct.
Takes you back in time to jerk yourself off, huh?
You can't do it. What about if you got like a mannequin hand and you were hiding around the corner and you did it?
The stranger? Give yourself a stranger?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. What if you sat on your hand till it was asleep and then you saw yourself and did it?
Oh my God.
Just the trick is you just don't actually talk to yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't look at yourself.
But Biff did.
What happened to him?
Older Biff talked to himself as younger to give him the sports almanac.
Yep.
So if you're gonna sit on your hand, you know those little like diamond waffle chairs? You want to sit on one of those because then when you pull your hand up, it's got like the diamond waffle imprint.
It's like ribbed for his
that's
pleasure.
on there. Oh, dude, it's fucking magical.
It's diamond for his pleasure.
It's ribbed for his pleasure.
It's like a new head.
Tim wants to know about a Dutch rudder.
The double Dutch rudder is where it's at.
My grizzly. This show was too much like a boring everyday pop culture podcast. Flubulous for sure.
So, besides the top 10, what books do you think are out there coming out that we should be looking for?
Oh man, I don't know. Spec game is just, I'm so far away from it right now. It's crazy. Like,
it's so hard.
It is. I think The Last of Us, if you guys can find any of the Last of Us books, those are worth grabbing, even though they're on the top 10. I really think those are something worth checking and specking on. I think, to me, though, the Last of Us books are the best books to spec on that list.
What's up with the explosion of baseball cards all of a sudden?
It's just because same thing that happened with comics. People, it reminds them of their childhood even more than comics. I think more people remember baseball cards than they do comics.
It's broader.
It's broader.
More people are into sports. So sports,
exactly.
I think it's easier to collect as well. I mean, the comic market is, if you're into sports and you know sports, you already know what's a hit and what's not. With comics, you got to be watching podcasts. You got to watch your top 10. You got to watch all of that extra.
You have to do a lot of homework.
Get the information. Yeah, fuck, man. It's a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
sports you can just enjoy.
Plus, you got people like Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V. Is that his name?
Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah, that guy is hyping sports. Been hyping sports cards for the past two years, saying that they're up there with stock. So
he's posting all of his killings on eBay, all over social media right now.
Yeah,
how he's killing on eBay and sports cards. So
what cards is he collecting?
Basketball and baseball.
Yep. And here's a perfect example. Let's see here.
Now, is he collecting though? I don't think he's collecting.
He's buying and selling. He's flipping.
He's just selling. He's just flipping the shit out of everything.
Buying and flipping. That's
I mean, here's a perfect example. This card was like a $300 card a couple of weeks ago. Kobe dies, and now it's $600-700.
What grade is it?
This one is a PSA 8. A PSA 10 of this card of the Topps Chrome rookie sells for, $2-3 grand.
A Jim Mint 10.
Yeah, that's
busting out the Kobe graded card.
But these are cards that I'm getting ready to sell right now. That's why they're out, just because there's a lot of money in cards. But there's also you can lose a lot of money in cards too. So you just got to be careful. Just like comics, you got to be careful. Got to know what you're doing. If you're going to put a lot of money into it, you got to know what you're doing. But I mean, just like you look at the blue chip value or the value of blue chip comics, like Wolverine, the first appearance of Wolverine, that book has gone up, 1,000 times in the percentage in the last 5 years or so. There's cards that are doing the same thing. I mean, a Michael Jordan rookie, the amount that card has gone up in the past 5 years. A Mike Trout rookie. Mike Trout rookie came out in 2011, and it sells for just his base rookie card in a PSA 10 sells for $1,300.
I wish I can get a Michael Jordan crying basketball card.
They have them.
Now, was Michael Jordan ever
Crying
really a
meme
rookie?
basketball card.
He was a rookie, but his rookie card didn't come out to his rookie year. How about that?
Yeah,
Yeah, it came out the year after, didn't it?
Yeah, it came out 2 years after. He was rookie in '84. He got drafted in '84, and they didn't have any basketball cards at the time. I mean, they have a couple that, like an '84 star Michael Jordan card. That's a PSA 10 of that is 30 grand or something. So, but the Fleer rookie that everybody wants came out in '86, '87. And he was a rookie in '84. So same with all those players: Patrick Ewing, Isaiah Thomas, Dominique Wilkins. Just because there was no cards, there was no major cards at that year. So their rookies didn't come out until 2 or 3 years after.
Why is that? They just weren't making cards then?
Exactly. There was no basketball cards being made from '82 to '86.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it is weird. So.
Not a few years you can get a Larry Bird card.
The dogs. The
Shut your damn
dogs.
dogs out.
Dogs are
enough. Shut up.
Kill.
Fuck, man. He must have company.
Yeah, so it's
Finally,
cards.
there's the hookers and blow that I ordered.
There's a lot of money to be made. I mean, I'm getting ready to send off. I got stacks of cards that I'm sending off to get graded. But you guys want to hear the problem with grading cards? You think the turnaround time on comics is bad. If you're lucky, turnaround on grading cards is 45 days. If you're lucky.
Wow, I thought it would have been faster.
That's
usually
crazy. Why would that take so long?
There's so many of them. People are sending
It's not like they have to sit and finger fuck your Superman #1 into a creased corner and then it's one card. Like what? How? That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, all you do is check for splintering or centering and dented corners.
Well, you also have to check for surface. Like I got one of these guys. These things.
Yeah, I saw that live. That thing's badass.
Yeah.
That thing's so badass.
Yeah. So I got one of these to start grading and cards because it's small to begin with, and then you're looking at with new cards, they have like coatings on them. So you have to check the surface if there's any surface scratches because they're so shiny. If there's surface scratches, it'll get knocked off. So it's tough, man. It's just I got so much shit, man. It's just one more thing I need to deal with. So, but yeah, I'm contemplating because I was just talking with one of the guy who writes the top 10, Ben Stein. He used to own a card shop, and I just asked him. I said, "Hey, are you a collector's choice member for PSA?" And he's like, "No, it's all free." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but it's if you're just sending one card to PSA, guess how much it is to grade one card at PSA?
$50.
It's like $12.
$30.
Oh,
$12. So you could send in that's outrageous. That's outrageous for a card, and I'm sending in probably 1,000 of them. You know what I mean? If I'm sending in 1,000 cards, or hell, this right here, what is this? Probably like 100 cards or something. 50 cards, and you're paying $15 a card. I can't do that. How much of our comic orders? Our comic orders are like what, 10 comics at a time. So at most you're doing 25, and you're spending what, $30 a book there. So I don't know. It's just expensive, and you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you don't get some of these things signed. But the problem is that if I send in baseball cards now, I'm lucky if I get them back for the playoffs. So I just lost a huge amount of time to sell those cards.
Yeah, you're out of money.
Guys I could be sending in now that are like this guy. There's a guy named that's playing for the White Sox. His name's Luis Robert, and his cards have shot up out of nowhere. And I have I've got probably 25 of these cards, right? And these cards are selling for $40 a piece in PSA 10. And this guy hasn't even played a pro game, a non-spring training league game yet. So, I mean, he could be decent in spring training and get up to the majors and just, get stuck at the Mendoza line.
Yep.
So if he's batting, 200 for the whole season, those cards are going to drop. And I just got done, sending them in to get graded, and now they're pointless. But if I can send them in to get graded now and get them back in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, then I can make a ton of money off of them. It's tough. So I'm trying to find places where you can send in bulk submissions. Like when I used to be, before I got back into comics, I was, dabbling in the card world, and I was on the PSA forums, and they would have guys that would send in group submissions of like 1,000 to 2,000 cards, and you could pay $6 a card. But I'm trying to find those groups. I've been out of it for so long. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
$6 a card, you're sending in 1,000 cards.
Yeah. It's nuts.
I don't have money to get
$12
1,000 cards.
God damn.
That's what I mean. Neither do I. And
Traded.
like, how do you it's hard choosing which ones you want to send in because I have so many. I'm like,
Well, and not knowing, like you were saying, you don't know. I mean, you could send it in, guy tanks, and then you've got a graded pile of shit.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And the card market is built on rookies and prospects. So
Sure.
everybody right now is going crazy. Every year, it's just the rookies that people go crazy for. So, some rookies just don't pan out. I mean, some of the...
Do they have a card of any of the guys sabering off a champagne bottle top? Because that's going to go gold. There's no...
It'd be cool if they did.
I would buy it.
I would too. I'd buy 3 of them. I'd get one graded and I'd give it to Brandon because I love that pucker. I'd be like, here, bro, this one's for you.
We should get him do it. Take a picture, make a card out of it,
and get it graded.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'll have a statistic on the back. He's for savoring bottles. He's a 0.0386 or 0.386. That's his savoring average.
Yeah. Just give him 10 bottles and then just count how many he can get in the first try, and that's his average. He's a 3 out of 5 bottle sabering master, or a 3 of 10.
That'd be awesome.
He went 3 of 10 with only 2 cut fingers.
So that would make him a 0.286. That'd be a savoring. That'd be awesome. We should do that. We'll have one of his, and then we'll have his.
I've actually learned how to saber off fucking bottles of champagne, so I plan on bringing out the saber.
That'll be
I went
on
to
the
Brandon's comics, and all I got was my sword signed. You're not not gonna get a saber signed by Brandon from Brandon's Comics.
It'd be cool if there was a line and everyone's got sabers.
Sabers and his saber
So-
card.
With ball cards now, what has it changed? I mean, you're looking at what Prism, Optima.
Optic.
What the hell were they? Optic. And you're getting those at Wally World, right?
So you can find the Optic at Walmart and Target if you're fucking lucky. Where you're at, Chad, you might be really lucky to find some down there.
I have right in Casa Grande. There's like, because I found another 2 or 3 today. So there's like 5 fucking Walgreens down there.
Yeah.
In Casa Grande, and then there's one right up the road from me here in the Copa, and then there's a Walmart around the corner. I don't think there's a Wally World in the Casa.
Yeah,
But
you should.
there's nobody down here. Like, there's not a lot of collector stuff around. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of people that are into the collecting and into the.
That's why
So
you
if
need
they
to go to a
bought any
store.
or have any on the shelf.
Yeah, you should go and look, because if you do walk in and you see any, buy them all. It might seem expensive, but I guarantee you can double your money. So it's worth it.
Just as long as I don't have them graded, because I can't put out fucking $1,000 and then wait.
No, you
6
don't.
months
You
to
don't
get
even
my
have to grade
fucking
those.
card back to sell them.
You can sell those unopened, man, for double of what you bought them for. So
And so, are the other hanger boxes still good ones? The Walgreens, because for a while you were cracking. God, what were those? The
mega boxes. But this is what you want to get, the hanger boxes from Walgreens. Yeah. And you want to make sure that they don't look like they've been opened already.
Make sure that the bottom is open so I can flush my money away.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. But yeah, there's money to be made. It's just, you got to get out there. So, but yeah, same
All
old
right,
bullshit.
gents. So I think that's a good place to end this week's episode. It's been a gas. Sorry, Couch Crunchers, that we had to rib you a little bit, but I think it was called for after the events that took place today.
Have we heard anything from those guys yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. But guys, if this is your first time finding us on YouTube, make sure to like and hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on those notifications, as we're live every Friday night at 7:30 Mountain Time, and you don't want to miss an episode. If you're listening to this back on Monday in any of your podcasting platforms, please make sure to leave us a review, as it helps us tremendously in the podcasting standings. Make sure to catch Brian on his other podcasts on Tales from the Flip Side Monday nights, as well as the Bogcast. Make sure to check out Chad and whatever Chad does.
I just do you, buddy.
He just kind of comes around, huh?
He just kind of comes around.
He just
Yeah.
kind of comes around. He just floats around. Check him out in the chat.
Check him out in the chat.
Yeah, check him out.
I
in the
just
chat.
hang out and lick toads with my dick beaters on
you
the
go.
side.
Dick beaters. Guys, if you want to support the show, remember you can do so via Patreon, and all that money goes back into supporting the show, helping us buy gear and equipment and pay for hosting fees and things like that. If you want to get any of our sweet Absolute Geek t-shirts, you can do so at our Etsy shop,
So what is
etsy.com/Absolute Geek Cup. What?
No, sir, that's an incorrect statement shirt.
Jay's got them. He's just got to post them.
He's made some?
He's got the designs. He just has to post them. I'm putting in my order this weekend.
Are you really?
Yep.
I might put an order in too.
But guys, as always, the chat has been on fire and phenomenal tonight. Check out Grizzle Geek. Check out Couch Crunchers tomorrow night, and tell them that you came from us, and let them know which show does their style better. I think it's us.
And remember to unsubscribe.
But for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
Solo Wookie.
I'm Brian.
And he's Kyle, who's not going to say his name. Just giving you the peace sign. So everyone can't see. And remember to keep on geeking on. Keep on geeking on.
Stupid.
Hey, I started it like Couch Crunchers, gotta finish it like Couch Crunchers.
You really think keep on geeking on?
Keep on geeking on.
Oh, they need to figure something else out to close the show. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Please don't keep on geeking on.